Alrighty, let's get started. Hello, everyone. I am playing
Oh shit,
DCSS
I'm
again,
sorry.
and I'm
Sorry
already
for
being
what?
told to
Our
to
dad taught us
hydrate.
not to be ashamed of our...
Drinks. Thank you for the hydration, Colgate. We'll take Rogie away. We'll take this guy away, and then here we are. Do I dare click this? Cast Shatter. I'll give it a shot. Alrighty. Probably not going to open that again. Panel question number 1, is Moonbase a mistake? Hell no, of course Moonbase isn't a mistake. That's one of the most fun Wiz Labs. Okay, so I believe I was just going to like straight up go into Pan last time. Yeah, Moonbase is good. We got Invokes 27. We're getting shapeshifting up. I remember being like fascinated that we've got 16 shapeshifting, but still it's like 27% max HP if we transform. Let me look at my other talismans. Is there like a... Hold on a second. I don't think this thing takes away any armor, right? Just turns you undead and means it's the same as Lich Form. Same as before, so you don't lose anything. It has this new thing where if you melee, you get... wow, you actually torment enemies and stuff. That's wild. Huh. Okay, and you get magic resist, so it's been buffed. Okie doke. Shapeshifting -2 sure does suck. Well, we're not going to use any of these other... I mean, I guess... If I really wanted to be cute, we could go ahead and use statue form, but I don't... I mean, hey, technically 126% HP, oh boy. Plus 26 AC, wow. I don't think so, though. I think we're just going to go into Pan, probably. We just need to farm up experience. We've done all of Zot except for Zot 4, I believe. We should be okay. I mean, I could just go ahead and do a Ziggurat, but... How's my resistances? Everything's good. Everything's super good, actually. Tomb or bust? Not just yet. Okay. Alright. We immediately run into a Brimstone Fiend, which is... Yeah, this is the first scheduled Malcolm stream. We're back on Soup Sunday, so... I am making good, so far anyway, on what I said I would do. Okay, we used V's Electric Charge, which was really powerful. Unfortunately, we hit and do no damage. How's my... Actually, we're just gonna... This is fine. Oh, Tormented. Okay, and then... Blood Arrow does exactly what we've come to learn Blood Arrow does, which is just sort of win fights that you shouldn't win. Soul Scholar. I should probably look at what these dudes do, eh? Oh, he has sign of... Oh, boy. Yeah, you have to be serious about these. Yeah, we're gonna test harm if we get a good harm weapon. Did Invoke actually scale the damage? Yes, it does. Damn, we actually have to watch out for Sign of Ruin or whatever. Memorization was interrupted, okay. Kiku followers? Yeah, I guess so. What does the specific pan floor smell like? Judging from the walls, nothing good. Like maybe like it's like it smells like a freshly popped zit is what it looks like. It's really, really gross in here. Okay, I did the pile driver because I didn't want to get mutated here. V's is amazing. It straight up teleports you next to an enemy, even if there's something in your way or something in the very tile that you want to land on. And then you just get a free attack that's very likely to hit, and you get extra electric damage. It's really, really quite good. It's one of the best spells in the game, actually. It probably should be level 5, but I'm not going to complain if they don't really understand how good it is. It's really, really, really good. God, I have all these bad mutes. I really should quaff those off. I must have been playing like a madman before. What am I doing? Heh. Statue form plus 2-hand plus V's one-shots a lot of things I would recommend. Yeah, I really don't... I'm strongly against statue form these days because moving slowly is really bad when you can't turn off statue form. However, I could see that being quite good. Not gonna lie. It does suck, don't get me wrong, but it's fun. Fair enough. Alright, fair enough. Let's see how this is coming along. Okay, well, 32% HP. Once we get that to 100, we'll be a lich, I guess. We'll fully explore each floor. I wouldn't want to miss out on good items. Mutated so badly because he was running around Pan with it, so it did suck very much. That's the thing. That's the slow movement is just... I mean, I had a lot of statue form guys as I was coming up through this streak. A lot of the ones that were doing shapeshifting. It was kind of a natural... Damn. Kind of a natural progression, so to speak. But, you know, it's just not good anymore. You know, it's just not, it's not optimal anyway. Okay, probably a Panlord in here, I would assume. Cool, plus 10 Scimitar, which would have been great in the early game and is useless now. Getting mutated is so annoying. Sometimes I wish it wasn't in the game. It's just not designed well. And it's sad because there's a lot of ways you could design it well, and it was a lot better before when you could say swap to Zen as a panic sort of option and get to max piety, and then no matter how badly the game has screwed you on potions. That should be in my roundtable, by the way, as a discussion about mutes. I am of the opinion that it's not well designed. 89, 90% HP. Probably, yeah. Alright. What are you up to? Ensnare with webbing, 42 damage, really good defenses. Full condenser and completely fail to do anything cool with it. Phantom mirror. Now he is the one that is getting webbed. Oh, it's this bullshit. I got the sign of ruin. Was there actually a scholar near me? I'm gonna need to be fully aware of those dudes just going forward. Because the amount of damage they can do is kind of insane. Oh, like being slowed and getting drained repeatedly. Like, look at my max HP now. Yeah, that's ridiculous. You just can't fight with it up. You have to treat it as like a 5-alarm fire, unfortunately. Okay. Because the drain is just... I wonder if they tested that. Yeah, 123 HP. I wasn't even paying attention. That is nuts. Dispel undead. Do they? Yeah, dude. Okay. Yeah, 75 a pop. I mean, that just probably becomes a flash screen. I think that just goes, I will make a note to myself, actually. I need to make the screen flash whenever a scholar's on the table, because the Sign of Ruin is just that powerful. Was it ever well designed? I don't know if it was ever well designed, but there were band-aids built into the system, such as the... Like, I think the Zen thing is a bigger problem than anybody realizes. I think that removing items from Abyss made the problem worse as well, because you used to be able to farm Abyss for mutation potions, and now you can't. Like, it was always kind of finicky and bad, but there were ways around it. Like, you could work around the system, and now you can't, which is a big problem. This is pandemonium. It's kind of like hell, I guess. Alright, you are resistant to everything. Get lich, be undead, or cry about it. Yeah, it's very silly. Okay. When they removed cure mutation potions, yeah, it's... Well, they technically still exist, but... You know. And I'm out. Yeah, let's get our drain off. I was a little bit silly. I did not realize that that Ruin actually... It does indeed work exactly like the Kiku ability, except on me. It's stupidly powerful. Yeah, we will probably go to the Abyss, on this fella. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we could do. I guess Zot 5 is available, but this would be silly for me to go there. Huh. Yeah, no, we have really robbed ourselves of experience, haven't we? There is hell, but if Murray is there, then that's just more, you know what I mean? That's more of what we don't want to deal with, the Sign of Ruin. I would like to for sure get the horn if I can. I guess we could, like, take a little step into hell. He's standing on a mark trap, okay. Sure wish you could pull Garyon out of here. But yeah, that's, yeah, Murray is here, so we have to leave. The Sign of Ruin is just too... It's too goofy. I maybe... If I wanted to be really cute, I could have, like, let the thing trigger the, blood arrows or whatever, but... I actually haven't found silence yet. Very interesting. Your health recovers twice as slowly from being drained. Well, why don't we go ahead and deal with that? It just occurred to me that that's screwing me over here. Alright, there we go. I'll live with the Zirkitis. It turns out my T3 mute was actually Word of Chaos, which I don't think is very good. However, that comes along with something I didn't realize I had, which is Corrupting Presence. So supposedly when we attack things, or maybe when they attack me, they get their they get the wretched mutation thing, and they lose AC from being like getting an acid debuff. So it's pretty good for this idea. I guess, yeah, kinda. How did he get blinked? Oh, he must have force lanced me. When I deal damage, deal any damage. Oh, okay, that could be pretty good then. Yeah, that's actually pretty good for this challenge. I'm not so convinced it's better than Augment, but it's probably better than Robust for this meta idea. Shatter becomes even better. More like Blood Arrows become even better. Funny thing is, I think it's impossible for me to Zerk if I'm undead. So, if I were to Lich form right now, we'd be sort of immune to all this nonsense. You see, I don't know, Zeldas, but there was one thing with Blood Era I wanted to find out, and it's slipping my mind right now. I'm pretty sure that Spell Power wouldn't, since it's considered to be a god ability. I assume that Invocations is the only thing that affects damage, but what I want to know is if harm affects it, which I suspect it will. So I guess we will see. Slay and Spell Power won't affect harm does. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, then we're finally, you're gonna finally see Malcolm Rose use harm items, I guess, this game. Yeah, Colgate is the new, he's my new stand-in for Doesn't He, the man who I will ask questions about, technical questions because I don't want to code dive. Thank you, Colgate. Augment does nothing for it. Yeah, so I guess Corrupting Presence is probably ideal. It's the only, I would say it's the only ideal, Demonspawn mutation that we got for this idea, but I mean, it's something, I guess. Powered by Death would be the one you really want, though. And well, Powered by Death and Mana Shield, in fact, that just getting magic back feels really, really good. I am not flying. Endlessly farming for PBD, Mana Shield, and Corrupting Presence with Talons and Big Brain. What's Big Brain again? Wouldn't have to be Talons, it could be Claws. That Dopa hit. Free Wizardry. I don't know, I feel like I actually would, now that I understand how Corrupting Presence works, I feel like that might be ideal here. If the Blood Arrows trigger it, then damn it. You know, it's kinda cool. +6 int and whiz. I mean, that's good, but this is all about the Blood Arrows. Okay. How are we doing? 47%? Come on, man. That -2 aptitude is really just... It's really just pooping all over me is what's happening. Oh, there are angels in here. Yeah, and mutations. We are just not going to go into whatever that vault is. Why would we? It doesn't even seem to be the rune, so... Why bother? Alright, fine, you can torment me. That's okay. Thing is, like, as far as I know, items don't even spawn in the Abyss anymore, so where before it might have made some sense to go into vaults like that, now it's just kind of like, meh. You detect the Abyssal Rune. No longer have to look for the funny floor tiles. Vaults can still have items. Oh, really? Oh, maybe I should have... Maybe I should have gone for it then. Wow, dude. Corrupting Presence corrodes the Mega-Zigg. That was from a wand. I see. How much do I need to worry about this? They don't look like they do that much damage. Let's drink Enlightenment just to fly, yes. Whoa, okay, hi. That's kind of what I wanted to happen. I was actually hoping I would get harpooned so I could enjoy axe power. these mutations. Wow, is my evocations is 10, but I'm not sure if they just nerfed the sack of spiders or if oh dang. How do I feel about the Vorpal heavy change? I am not a fan. I think it's quite bad, actually. You would want heavy on if you were using a Demon Blade or a Demon Whip, because then you still get to attack, you know, you still get to attack faster than speed 1. We'll come back for the rune, it's fine. It was just looking ugly in there. Heavy in a backpack for TC runs. Can you not do the old bread swinging? Other brands may outdamage it, but because it's typeless damage, it's gonna like do more for you in all situations. I would be curious how it compares to how a heavy Demon Blade. I would be curious how a heavy Demon Blade compares to a freezing Demon Blade versus an Orb of Fire. I would assume that the heavy's better, but I don't know. Freezing used to be pretty good though versus Orb of Fire, and I don't think it's been nerfed, so it's like freezing is a pretty good go-to. Heavy is probably barely better. Freezing is probably better versus, like, almost everything else, though. Oh, like Wiz mode? Leo Little Book mode? I'm gonna end up with the worst mutations ever. Draconians get slow, that's true. Doing cold damage is very good versus certain enemies. Oh my god. I'm on Abyss 3. And yet it feels like I'm on Abyss 5. Okay, terrific. Why am I not just, like, hasting constantly, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm going to be able to use these potions once I'm in Lich form, so... It's literally only good for Hydras? Hard disagree. Flaming is awesome, it does a lot of damage. It's exactly as good as freezing, except versus things that are fire resist. It's a perfectly good brand. You could go the whole game using flaming, and you'd be happy to do it. The only problem is, of course, that you're gonna well, you're gonna have a hard time versus Orbs of Fire, but you're usually gonna have a hard time versus Orbs of Fire anyway. So like, you might as well, you know, like you're gonna be using Haste and Might versus Orbs of Fire on most characters that are meleeing them. So. Your weapon, I don't want to say it doesn't matter, because it does, but, like, I believe my terrible Coglin was fighting Orbs of Fire with like a U-Demon Blade, or 2 of them, and was doing okay. Even though U-Demon Blades have a brand that straight up does nothing to Orbs of Fire, so it's like, you can make it work. Why is sort of Cerebov not Hellfire branded? Because we're not allowed to have, no fun allowed, blokes. What's up, blokes? How you doing? God forbid we give the player access to Hellfire, except through the really, really sort of bad Demonspawn Tier 3 ability. It's gotta be some deep cost associated. Also, no Hellfire immunity, except, well, that does exist now, sort of, if you take a certain Mockleb mark. There is the crossbow, fair. I always forget about the crossbow. I always thought these profane servitors should have AF Piety Drain, which is like a new ability that exists only in my head. Every time they hit you, it should drain your piety away. And then maybe defeating a profane servitor should, like, give you a big boost of piety to make up for it. It'll never spawn when you're playing a ranged character. True. I like to leave as often as possible since it's, I believe it resets the timer for the thing to send you deeper. Also, it's like, unless it has changed from the way it worked before, it's the first portal will always send you out, so. Sniper is hard-coded to spawn mostly when you're playing a troll. That would be funny if that was true. Okay, 18.9 shape-shifting. 59% HP. Let's just use it real fast, I guess. 123. Maybe soon. It does indeed turn off Berserkitis, though. Player ghost floors? It's the same as my strategy for everywhere else. which is that I'm going to abuse the power of blood arrows. No, I mean, there is that, but also, it's going to be the same basic stuff everybody does. We're just going to cast spells. We're going to cast, in this case, we're going to stick to Manifold Assault until we can get other stuff online. I'm going to, like, sort of bootstrap my Ziggurat experience, by abusing Manifold Assault, which kind of defeats everything, just not quite so efficiently as everything, all your other options. Now, if it's silenced, then, you know, of course we have a big problem, but my theory is that even if the blood arrows don't fully heal me in the Ziggurat, one single cast of Manifold Assault should get me there, even on a ghost floor. No slaying, 25 dex, no shield. In gold, Dragon Scale, Heavy Demon Blade out-damages Freezing Blade by 4.2 per turn against Orb of Fire. Hey! Sort of power work with... Oh, that's interesting. Huh. Probably not worth it, but maybe. Oh boy, holy damage. I mean, that adds up. Okay, dokie. 63%. Soon we will be the shapeshifter man. Once I have this to a reasonable level, we could possibly go to into the Pandemonium again. However, However, we've still got the problem of that Sign of Ruin, which makes Pandemonium significantly harder to farm. I mean, you can work around it, it's just the problem is you've suddenly got to... It's an odd enemy, because it doesn't torment you, and it doesn't hellfire you, but you've pretty much got to take it off the table as fast as possible. Died on 5th Ziggurat, where you switched off of Sword of Power. I see. Let's see, 92 HP on the Soul Scholar, and not that good of magic resist, so yeah, there's... It's fine, it's just obnoxious, because you're used to just steamrolling the demon spawns. And of course you can't do that with the scholars, or you can, but if you roll poorly, then you've got a big problem, so. Normally I'd be treating this chaos, these chaos clouds as a big deal, but you can find a floor without it and farm infinitely. True. I suppose that's true. I guess there's floors with no scholars, so. Specifically, I believe Colgate was, you were farming Lam LeBron Lobon's floor, right? Which is a very, very, very safe floor. I'm also partial to Glorx's floor, actually. Because, Glorx doesn't... The only thing Glorx has on his floor, if I remember correctly, is, it's like Executioners are the big bad there, and those are easy, so... You would think there would be Curse Skulls or Shadow Demons, but they're not actually in the spawn table. Oh, Lam Lobon has scholars? Ah, okay. I guess Glorx's floor it is, then. Farmed Glorx to get Lich Farm online. Yeah, I mean, that's the floor you want to be on, although you can only farm it for 27,000 turns if you've built up your Pandemonium count, unless you've actually done a Ziggurat, so... Alright, let's see. 68%. Hey, Gridgem, how you doing, man? 141 HP. I'm tempted. I'm tempted to just do it. Let's see, we have Dopey and low magic capacity. Okay, Stat Drain still exists in this version. And that's what happens when we get mutated, so that... Like, Stat Drain has only been removed in Trunk. Abyss 6. Yeah, there does come a time when you want to get the hell out of Abyss, but I've been lucky and have just been chilling in Abyss 3, so... No, I'm not on Trunk. I'm on, I decided to do a stable version for this. Do I agree with the decision to remove Stat Drain? That is an interesting question. Stat Drain has been in a very awkward place for a while because they just kind of kept stripping useful things like potions of sustainabilities, and rings of I believe it was called sustainabilities that reduce the chance of your stats being drained. Like it would just like resist it every once in a while. And the potions would give you your stats back, and as they stripped this stuff out of the game, Stat Drain became more awkward. With that said, I do think it made Tomb a little more interesting. Like, it created this interesting situation where you were sort of incentivized to do part of Tomb and then leave and then come back, and I think that removing it is a mistake, yeah. Personally. The HP drain was so scary. Yeah, I bet. I don't know, I really don't like HP drain in general as a mechanic. Like, they took away skill drain, which I thought was lame. I thought skill drain was interesting. Would rather have stat drain than mutated. Yeah. Potions of restore abilities would clear stat drain, thank you. Thank you, Blokes. Blokes has that crystallized knowledge that Blokes is probably the one person here who has been playing this game longer than me. Just in the chat right now. He was the DCSS bad man before I ever existed. Hey Blokes, have you seen the cool community notes yet? It's a really fun note about me. It's the community notes for our DCSS. No, you haven't seen it? Oh, you'll think it's funny if you take a look. If you then again, you probably shouldn't visit such a place. I'm curious, does my max HP come back up as I gain skill in the form? Looks like the answer is yes, actually. Don't mind leaving stat drain in the dust. I don't think it made for interesting decisions. It was just, oh, I'm drained, time to go to Abyss again. Fair point. I could see that. Let me tell you why I thought it was interesting. And I know I gave the example of sort of leaving and coming back as something that I liked. And if you don't like that's fine. I could definitely see where people would have a difference of opinion there. But here's the other part of it that I find interesting. Wow, this is maybe not the best. The other part of it that I find interesting is it influences your gearing decisions. Because, like, there is basically no reason for your Mibby to care at all about intelligence unless stat drain exists. Dude, I would never melee this stuff, but I'm just gonna do it because I don't care. I would never melee that stuff on a streak. 2 of them at the same time, or even just 1 that's hasted. We'd definitely be reading silence or something, but I realized that if they hit me, blood arrows would probably kick in, and then it would be an opportunity for me to check the order of operations, like if I heal before the next one comes in. %. Yeah, so what I want to do is I want to get this to a reasonable number, and then I want to get Manifold Assault online, and then we can probably be okay doing Ziggurats, although... Oh, okay. Deeper. He puts the Demonspawn deeper into the abyss. We've been confused. Clarity would be real nice, actually. It just occurred to me we can't drink in Lich form, so maybe we will end up in the damn toga just for clarity. It has made gearing easier, though you think that's pretty niche. Very rarely in a 3-ring game would you care about the difference between 3 and 5 intelligence on your melee tab, dude. Depending on where your guy's going. How about... I don't know. What do you mean very rarely? What about killer clowns? You gotta deal with those every game, and they nuke your stats, so... That's like the #1 thing. And then there's Dex. There's those little demon guys that show up in the early dungeon that do Dex damage. Zot traps will straight up nuke your stats directly, I think. And of course, yeah, summon whatever. Clearly the optimal choice. Perhaps. I wonder if I crash the game if I do this. It just won't let me do it. Okay. Stat drain, is this some sort of stable joke? I play too much Trunk to understand. Let's see. Stop horsing around. I'm trying to... Yeah, it's fine. I'll go into the Seething Chaos. This is not a street game. I'm trying to just get in and get this rune. Oh, the stable joke. Gateway leading out of the abyss. I guess I'll... I don't know. I guess I'll get the rune. So why not? Oh! Oh, okay. I thought it was teleporting me. I don't think it changes the gear you normally wear for fights. It just means you keep a backup stat stick in your inventory. Maybe, if you don't find the right backup stat stick that's swappable, it has, in my games, once in a while changed what I'm wearing. I should just drag a spatial vortex with me to dig for me. Extremes, you're not speaking from extremes of streaking where you can't afford a paralysis death. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, no, I always kind of speak from that perspective. So I am not I'm not immune to the awareness that like most people don't play that way, and it's kind of a different situation, I guess. Okay. I'm gonna turn all this stuff on. I don't know. I think I might just go ahead and go into the Ziggurat. I feel like... Oh yeah, we have this wacky lich thing. Torment nearby living foes, halving their HP. Whew. Too bad it doesn't work on all holiness. I found myself using at least one stat up from leveling on int when playing something with super low int. Yeah, it does make you feel a little less vulnerable, I guess. Alright, we'll go ahead and do the Ziggurat, and if it gets messed up, we have the tomb to bail us out, so it's no big deal. Stat change on leveling? What do you mean? It gives you an extra stat point. I'm not... I don't know what you mean. Do we have blink? We don't even have a single blink. Whew. From every 3 to every 6. Oh, do you get less? I didn't even know. Wow. That was a... That's a lot of damage. Turns out Siphon Essence is actually quite good. Change for change's sake. Yeah, I don't understand why they did. What did the commit message say? Something dumb, or did they have an actual? Did they have like an actual reason for it? This will be interesting. Yeah, buddy. Alright, we do not need the Ring of the Priest. Do not need an Amulet of Regen. Although that would be kind of cool, I guess. We could get rid of this Amulet of Faith, but eh. Probably could lose some of our RC, but it's on the axe that we want anyway, so... I don't think there's a lot of min-maxing I need to worry about. I could get rid of 1 point of magic resist, I suppose, but again, it's stuff we would probably want to be using anyway, so... You'll regain those stats as Mummy Floor due to how much XP you'll be getting, but if your stats dip to 0 or below in between, you'll still suffer from stat 0. With 16 in each stat, it won't dip below 1. Yeah, I don't know. That's why I think Stat Drain kind of... It changes the way you would build a character. If you're trying to do extended. God, I just realized with those scholars are going to be in Ziggurats, so you're going to have to deal with getting ruined. I guess. Well, I guess you won't get drained because you're in Lich form, but the slow, the blind, that's kind of hardcore. And I believe it's even smite targeted, just like the god abilities, so Stat drain was fine when we had things to mitigate or recover from it. I liked the rings, I liked the potions existing. I'm sad that those are gone, and I don't understand why they didn't... Like, why didn't they just get rid of stat drain when they got rid of those two things? If they were gonna give you, the player, less ability to do things about it. You know. Sap is worse than Ruin and Zigs. Probably. Not being able to cast is pretty, turns out not being able to cast is pretty bad. Alright, we have to take this out. Okay. I guess we'll just keep going. These guys still drain int. Is that just magic? Just magic. Well, my mana is gone, and we've got Panlords. This could be quite bad. I might just lose here, actually. I guess we'll find out soon. That one, the other one had like a chaos attack, so I guess I'd like to go ahead and MO. I do have Bloodright. Well, it might be a blink to the exit, except for the fact that we don't have blink. So it's more like a sit here and lose type situation. Possibly. We have Gravitambrine. Tambourine. It's fine. It's probably fine. It's somewhere in the vicinity of fine. We're gonna condenser. Maybe we can get some acid on some of these Panlords. Okay, those are down. I think Immolate Explosions still cause things to, you know, allied summons to either go hostile or disappear. Yeah, wow, we really don't have a lot of options. Fire vulnerable. I might just keep swinging. Yeah, buddy. Wait a minute. Ammo still affects summons, right? Yeah, it does. Yeah, we go. There we go. That was, well, one of the Panlords exploded. Now we got this guy who does not have a Chaos Brand attack. Now he is RF+, but that's okay. We'll just swing on him and he goes down. Not bad. Could have been worse. Ring of the Tortoise. Yeah, hasn't triggered my ultimate power. Not yet, anyway. I think we'll just carry the Ring of the Tortoise with us. I don't... well... it's hard to imagine turning off the Ring of Fun. Did they change it? You can't see if you have See Invisible or not on this screen? Yeah, you can. Sounds better than +5 EV. Well, that's the other thing, is we don't need the air poise anymore, so you're probably right. Yeah, I have See Invisible on that ring, but I also have it from... yeah, right, the Broad Axe. Okay. I think I want to keep the Ring of Fun on, unfortunately, just to be totally immune. On the other hand, you know what? No fun allowed. This is DCSS. I might swap back. We'll see. I'll just live with having not 100% immunity to magic resist effects, because having more defense right now feels better for... I mean, if it was a streak, I would feel differently, but if it was a streak, I would not be in here, so... Okay, I would really like to use Siphon Essence, but it turns out they've already taken all my mana away, so... Let's just go to work. I'm sure this stuff will die pretty fast if the... Oh, oops. I didn't mean to swing. Okay. Okay, that's not good. I didn't realize Bloodright had triggered. What happened? Why didn't it do anything? Wait a minute, does it not work when I'm in Lich form? No way. It's like it didn't do anything. No, it... Nothing died? I guess it low-rolled or something. No, it worked. It just didn't... I wasn't paying attention and I just kind of... Okay, well this is not good. It does work. I can't fear this stuff because it's all berserk. This is actually horrendously stupid. Yeah, this would be a hilariously bad situation in a streak. Blinking would be nice, wouldn't it? There's really only one solution to this, which is what is that, a broodmother? Okay, and then grab a tambourine. Okay. Still not great, but that's like... It's a start. Okay, we got everything immolated. We gotta make things explode. Because this is, you know. I guess I could unleash destruction, like, I'm gonna lose HP to do that, but... Well, Torment's not gonna kill this stuff. Unless it causes the fire damage, and then... Like, if it makes the clouds show up on them and they die, then sure. But I need to get some healing, like, right now, unfortunately. So if the order of operations isn't such that it torments, halves their HP, makes the cloud show up, plus inv, well, good luck quaffing in Lich form. Yeah, I would have been paying more attention to this, by the way, if I was if this had good mutations. Steel Barb dies to torment plus MO. Oh, I do have it? Oh, I do. Huh. Well, yeah, I mean, that'd be pretty okay right now, but I really think I need healing. I'm pretty sure what we do is we Ice Blast right here. Because we want this big batch of things to die. Probably the Entropy Weaver dies. Probably the Steel Barbworm dies. Maybe the Snail dies and I'm no longer slowed. And then we get a lot of heals from Mokleb. Yeah, that's a lot of heals from Mokleb. Okay. Yeah, Lich form would be great. I foolishly didn't invis first, and that was a mistake. Okay, terrific. I actually think probably we just, like, Ice Blast right on top of myself. Yeah, buddy. How about that? That didn't look winnable, did it? Kind of... I led us into a very bad situation, but yes, based Mokleb has saved me. Crisis averted. Yeah. Yeah. What happened? I looked away for a second. Nothing bad happened. Everything was good. I had to do, like, funny little Gravitambourine tricks. What I did was I, like, tabbed into Berserked Spider Floor stuff, and I don't know. I wasn't paying enough attention, basically. There was a Ghost Moth, as you will have on Spider Floors, drain my mana, and I could not siphon Essence, so... Oh, Gravitambourine is outrageous. It's really, really good. I do want to test something. I want to... want to evoke invisibility. Okay. Yeah, this is just a layer floor, so it's fine. I just want to see if, like, surely I get enough experience that my my drain goes away. Not quite. Well, on a Mega-Ziggurat, it'll definitely happen. Alright, there's like no way we're ever gonna touch Curai anymore. I guess in theory there could be like a Panlord next to me that, well, I will on actual floors, yes. I'll drop Polymorph is what I'll do. And probably we're gonna be, we should just drop all of our potions, because we're gonna be, why carry normal javelins? Because well, I was gonna drop them once I have a very big stack of silver. I mean, I could see a situation on a silence floor where I actually run myself out of silver javelins. Maybe, I don't know. But that's obviously going to change at some point. Alright, the staff has Arlek, RF+, Sinv, and Air. I'm not even going to pick that up. Well, maybe I will pick that up. It's definitely not end game. No, I'm just going to ignore it. It's fine. I mean, it'd be nice once I'm casting Tornado, but how's my Manifold Assault coming? Not fast at all. I guess we do have an air magic manual. Hi. So here's a really good place to be invisible. Because they won't hellfire you if they don't know where you are. Oh, did we get paralyzed? We got petrified because these guys have AF magic resist penalty and then, wow, okay. Let's, let's torment. Or not torment, let's fire, you know, immolate. And then one swing should kind of fix this problem. Yeah, there we go. I'm playing so fast and paying such little attention that, you know, we're getting kind of owned here and there with things like Petrify that I'd normally notice really fast. Oh, that's an interesting ring. It's like this ring, but strictly better. RF++, magic resist. I mean, it RN, but I'm going to be in Lich form all the time, so. Yeah, I think the Bloodright is looking kind of crappy right now, but just give it time. It's getting there. Like, it will, when there's more enemies on the screen, it's going to do more for me. Like, I have a theory that once there's enough enemies on the screen, it will give me full HP every time. Hey, let's untransform so we can drink this tasty fella. Wait, that sounds lewd. Okay, let me take the shape-shifting, I guess. It scales with enemy count on the screen. It's only Zig 1. Yes. Yes, exactly. What you drinking there, big guy? It was offered to me by the slug captain in FTL. What you drinking there, big guy? Hey, Stormer, what's up, man?
I'm sorry.
All right.
Sorry for what? Our daddy taught us not to be ashamed of our
drinks. Just occurred to me.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. Sorry for what? Our daddy taught us not to be ashamed of our
drinks. I feel like I have to exaggerate the drinking every time I get one of these.
Sorry for what? Our daddy taught us not to be ashamed of our
drinks. Yum. Alright. Anyway, we found a CPA, Crystal Plate Armor, but it's got no brand on it, so I don't, or no ego on it, so I don't care. Let's just keep going down. Are we feeling melancholy today, Okay, we should be able to tab all this. How did I... Oh yeah, these guys have... Somebody force lanced me, I think. Let's take a look. Yeah, it was force lance. Yeah, elf floors are no problem. All right, fellas, are we gonna live the meme? Are we going to live the ultimate meme? Are we going to wear the Warlock's mirror with Omni Reflect? Are we gonna do it? Omni Reflect, baby. Could be fun. Certainly, I might as well swap for the +5 kite shield because, well, hold on, let me drop something. That's a big old piece of crap. Get rid of that. Yeah, we're only losing... It's not as good as a shield. Yeah, but it's more exciting. I don't really care about reflecting spells, but I'm gonna carry it. I'm gonna put it on and carry it out of here. It could be kind of funny in here. Actually, there's that Orb of Mayhem. There's that Orb of Mayhem. Could be really interesting. I feel like maybe Orb of Mayhem plus Bloodrite is even better. I'm gonna pick it up just in case. We're probably not gonna use it, but ultimate zig tool. It feels like it could probably be pretty amazing. Anytime something dies, everything that sees it die goes into a frenzy, so takes away enemy spells, I suppose, and makes them hasted and berserked. And makes them attack each other, which feels outrageous. It's like Discord, basically. Nice. Manual fighting. The meta choice for Mega-Ziggurat. Yeah, I could see why. It does feel like a thing for Silence Floor, but like it's not like you can just sit there and swap it out on the fly. It takes 5 turns to swap shield, and then 5 more turns to put it back on, so... like if I were to do this... Yeah, 10 turns total. It is tempting, though. I feel like it's not the right move right now because our defenses aren't high enough, but once they are, such that we can just kind of tank everything, even frenzied things, it's going to be... I'll try it out. I'm on the fence about whether it's really good for this new idea, this blood arrow idea, or if it's not as good. Hopefully it's still considered to be an enemy if it's, you know, frenzied and not... I mean, they're still hostile. Okay, we just triggered the Bloodrite. Oh, this is really bad. We have Blink now, though, so that's cool. Is any of this living? It's all demons, right? It's intelligence human. What type is it? Class undead. You're a stoker. You're also undead. You're, of course, demonic. This only works on... This is living. Does it? It doesn't work on demonic, does it? There's no way. So it would work on this Helephant, I suppose. Well, no, Helephants are demonic, too. Are demonic things considered living? I think they are. Disto weapon to self-banish. I don't... Why would you need to self-banish is the question. I mean, once you're at the Mega-Ziggurat stage... Oh man, this is not great. I can't use Emulate to cheese this because everything here is, it's a Gehenna floor, so it's not amazing. What is even doing damage to me is the question. Creeping Inferno explodes. Oh, it was all those firestorms. So I should stop taking... If that was all firestorms, then I should be okay to just swing. Escape the cycle of samsara. Ah, fair. Come on, dude. Alright, we're gonna... I'm really curious if this will work on... I'm like 99% sure elephants are considered living. Actually, I can check the bot for this. Let's do that real fast. Because it could have like both tags, I think. Okay, here we go. Int, animal, size, giant, demonic, evil. So, can you be demonic and living at the same time? I do not remember, and would the game tell me? Certainly you can't be undead and living at the same time. I'm checking the entry for Siphon Essence. Every okay, so the tooltip is actually wrong. The LearnDB and the tooltip are arguing with each other, because the LearnDB says halves the HP of every non-living. So non-living is a whole other thing. Non-living is like golems, you know, what's an example? The little fire and ice guys from Elf, or like the crystalline golems from Elf or Vaults. It says yes, undead, demons, angels, trees, no statues. So if that's true, that's like easy mode, yeah. Yeah, but so okay, so the LearnDB is lying. Very cool. Colgate, I agree, but like I'm wondering what situations lead you to... Well, here's my issue. Taking off a disto weapon is not guaranteed to send you to the abyss. Sometimes it just sort of damages you, so... yeah, Disjunction's really, really good. Damn, why did LearnDB lie to me? Oh, I am backlit. I'm gonna swing one more time. Bruh. Thank you. Thank you, Mockleb, for finally doing stuff. Like, this is iffy, but I was about to say this should be kicking in. You know what I could be doing? Because I have all this mana, Hey, we finally have Manifold Assault kind of sort of online. Not really. I could be doing this to guarantee the hit. V's Electric Charge. And I'm shaking off Liquid Fire while I do it, so that's cool. Manifold Assault makes you attack everything that you can see one time. So it's like a spell that's also kind of works with your regular attacks. So it's pretty cool, I would say. Yeah, it's kind of goofy. Zawarudo. Oh, it doesn't hit everything on the screen? I thought it hit everything on the screen. Yeah, Omni Slash. Alright. V's Electric Charge bailed me out. 12 targets max? Oh, well. That is terrible, then, compared to what I thought it was. I thought I could hit everything on the screen. Okay. I don't care about any of that. Well, that amulet's pretty good. I guess I'll take that amulet. And we'll, yeah, we'll drop Faith. I'm curious how the game likes, me reflecting, but then also having Omni Resistance, or Omni Reflect. It is RF plus, it's true. Alright, I don't see a universe where we're actually using the Orb of Guile, and I think there's another one anyway, so yeah, there is. So I'm just going to drop it. Yeah, this ring is... no. Okay, Ziggurat 14. We're typically on a streak game I will do like 5 floors, and then I'll say, wow, this is too dangerous, I'm leaving. So, welcome to the party, I guess. This lack of RF+++ is doing more work against me than I would like. I might have to switch back to this other ring with RF on it. But I really do need defenses as well, so welcome to the cum zone. Yeah, right. Wonder how good my Unleash Destruction is these days at 27 invokes. 75 damage? That's not too bad. EV +5 seems pretty useless. I'm gonna disagree, I guess. No, I mean I'm only wearing it for the EV. I mean, it's certainly there's better stuff out there, but I'm not sure if that EV is worth losing. That EV is you know, worth a point of RF. I mean, sure, if it's like a Gehenna floor, then yes. Especially since they can reduce your RF by 1 point. Oh, that's a scroll. It's either summoning or butterflies. Looking pretty diesel. We are looking fairly diesel, which is, I don't know, 3730. It's 3725, and that's with the EV. I don't know, Zeldest, but there's things that you can evade that you cannot block. I suppose in my case that's not really true because I have Omni Reflect, but outside of wearing this particular shield, like any kind of bolt, just you can't block it, or any kind of javelin, you know, can't block that. So evasion still matters in these sort of curious, extended late game type situations. Every point is value. Fair argument. I agree entirely. I'll just go down, it's fine. We'll probably be okay to just swing, I think. Can you... Yeah, you drain... Ooh, you drain magic. Boo! Okay, this is less cool than I thought it was going to be. Condenser. Oh, I'll actually burn an MO. Make this first Ziggurat as easy as possible for me, yeah. I'm kind of like a walking scroll of immolation, though, to be honest. Because of my Ignite Blood. God, what are these guys again? They're just regular golem dudes, right? What does fire even damage on that floor? Well, the Ancient Champions. They have no resist fire at all. This is a bit risky. Maybe I should blink. I should probably blink. This is looking slightly... this is looking slightly suspect. And we have a lot of blink now, so... It's just because these damn golems can... Bloodright not performing. I've noticed as I'm getting... I need like... I don't know, I'm having Bloodright dysfunction. I feel like Word of Chaos. Hey, that's true. That would have been a use case. You've made a good point, sir. Oh, look at that, just not doing its job. I have never seen Wand of Light underperform so hard. Wow, that's a pretty far blink too. Whew. Okay. Okay, we used our mana for Manifold Assault. Did not do what we wanted. That may be true. But it should still be doing okay damage versus them, and instead it's just, like, not doing anything. Granted, they have huge AC and really big HP, so I could kind of understand why that's the case, but I'm still slightly ass-hurt about this. I cannot disintegrate them. God damn, these guys are just caked up beefcakes. No vulnerabilities. It's either summon or butterflies. We might as well just use it, actually. Okay, sadly it's butterflies. That helps here, so. This is where I would love to untransform. Hey, there's Autumn Katana. We could use the Autumn Katana today. 70% movement speed. That's true, they are slow. Well, I need to, no, I don't really awakened, but, with the butterflies, then yes. It kind of depends if that, well, is the champion still around? No, he's not. Okay. If I can get them bunched up, then probably. That's actually a really good idea, awakened. See, here's a situation where it's like, typically when I'm playing, people give me advice, and it's either what I would have done anyway, and it's the right thing to do, or not, but, like, because I don't play these sort of endgame Ziggurat guys, and I haven't for a very long time, there are situations where I'll miss things. It's kind of one of the reasons why I don't do a lot of 15 rune games, but maybe I should. Washed up moment? Maybe, yeah. Alright, let's just, I mean, what I really want to do is, like, V's electric charge back and forth. Yeah, that's not... they can get attacks of opportunity even though I'm faster than them. I forgot they changed that. Maybe I'll get them in the line and see. Come on, guys. They don't want to get into a line for me. Okay. I wanted to see if I could Wand of Light all of them at the same time. Get like a little bit of damage. Well, now, okay, now they get in the line. Very cool. Yeah, that's how the AI works. Boo. Okay. Well, wait, are they too big to net? They are not too big to net, so that could be a way to resolve this. We're like right on the cusp of being awesome enough not to have this problem ever again, but Shatter was made for these boys. Well, we're gonna probably unleash and hope we land Tartarus, which is supposedly our, I mean, supposedly that's our destruction, so. Negative energy. Yeah, that's so lame. Like, I guess the way it works for Demonspawn now is you get a particular themed destruction, but then you don't roll that every time, so maybe it's just like improved. I guess. Oh, whoops. I meant to hit both of those. At this point, it can roll whatever. Yeah. You know what we can do is we can blink. Yeah, well, old destruction wasn't even that consistent, but compared to this, it certainly seems more so. Alright, that's doing work for me. Swing. Swing. Okay, we should be okay. Probably, maybe. I might have. Powered by Pain is doing work for me, so. Alrighty, we will indeed pick up the Autumn Katana. I don't know if we're going to use it. Not just yet. So how does it work exactly? Can the Autumn Katana version of this do 12? And does it double up when you cast Manifold Assault? Because I know I was in a Ziggurat a long time ago, or maybe not that long ago, but a little while ago, doing this, and I remember it was like really underwhelming, but also I don't think I was actually in a Mega-Ziggurat just yet, so it does double, so it can't chain more than once, is that what you're saying? Like it can't hit each guy and then have a chance each time of doing it again? Because that would just be too cool for school. I don't think they would let you do that. You could, in theory, get 12 casts. Oh. The Ottoman Katana? Yeah, I think that would be an interesting change to the meta, best friend. Yeah, I do. I think that's the one thing that could possibly get Hassan to stream DCSS. Alright, I guess we're done on this floor. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, these are just add-ons. These are not part of the spawns, I don't think. Sometimes you just get... Yeah, it's actually a slime floor. Colgate will need to confirm that. Yeah, we'll figure it out. I mean, I can always test. Just not quite yet. Oh, miscast. Minus telly, minus move. I should have saved my mana, but I was losing it anyway from this dude, so... Oh, man. Well, if I start getting... Yeah, we're getting very corroded, and there's a guy that can make me take extra damage, so let's just go ahead and use the Immolate. Nice. Nice. Wouldn't it be nice if I was getting my my mana back right now? Wouldn't that really be something? If I was getting my mana back by having mana shield or whatever. Autumn Katana works with Manifold Assault, at least in Trunk. Not sure about Stable, it is a relatively new change. I guess that's easy enough to find out if we just, like, look up which commit. You know, the version of the commit. Alright, that was not bad at all. Immolate Scroll is like your get-out-of-jail-free card in Ziggurats, in early Ziggurats anyway, in a lot of different floors. Well, that's an amulet that has Slay on it as well. I want the manual, but I also don't care, because I'm going to have infinite experience. Dex 4, RF+, plus, so I'm trading Dex 4 for Slay 2, I guess. Are we lagging? Yeah, we're lagging. I think we probably want the... Well... No, I think Blux is right. I think we want the Dex, especially if we're going to end up using... the Autumn Katana, also just for defense. So we'll read this and we'll just take the manual. Why not? It'll get the new version of Tornado online faster, so Polar whatever. Okay, we're going to untransform. We're going to drink experience. We're going to drink another experience. Probably we're going to keep translocations online until 20, actually, because I see now that that's 12%. I am still training axes, and that's just... It's just... Listen, we'll switch to Autumn Katana later, but for now, I really need to get that to 27 and have as much damage as possible. We have a manual for axes, so we might as well take it where it's going, and we'll max out everything at 27 sooner or later. Ring of the Princess. I have to give that to my wife. Okay. I think we're done on this floor. Right, we need to transform again. Be cool if we found an artifact, Talisman of Death. Alright, let's go down. We're going to floor 18. Inconceivable. Did I hear Autumn Katana? We have it, we're just not using it yet. We are casting Manifold Assault, but we're doing it the normal way. God, Manifold Assault is hilarious on living floors. Things with blood, when I have Ignite Blood. Because now you have, like, all these clouds that are appearing. I didn't use a Immolate Scroll. This is just Ignite Blood. Fanatic or Hemoclasm might be the move. Yeah, so I guess, unless I'm misunderstanding the way it works, you can totally, you can totally just heal up in the Blood Crucible, but you can't like spam, you can't spam Fanatic, can you? My instinct is that Fanatic is not that good in, well, I don't know, you get the outgoing harm, I guess, so there's that. You can spam Fanatic. I tried it in Ziggurat. Is it just... Is Piety the only thing stopping you, or is there a cooldown? Every floor once you've done a few Ziggurats. Okay. Yeah, I could see it. The outgoing harm seems good. Hemoclasm is something I need to test as well, though, because the thing is that it's just... Depending on the percentage, it feels like it would be incredible on, well, any floor. Problem was mana. Yeah, see, mana, if you properly roll Demonspawn mutations, mana will never be a problem, because it's like, oh, I'm doing damage, I'm triggering Powered by Death, oh, I'm healing, oh, that's giving me mana regen, and you just kind of get your mana back constantly. It's pretty crazy. So outgoing harm and 66% damage is crazy business. Yes, true. Is that essentially the same as double harm, or 66% incoming damage? Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's a straight up... Oh yeah, there's the straight up damage redux. Well, how long does it last? How many turns do you get? That's kind of the million-dollar question. It's a long time with high Envo. Also does a huge Hellfire Blast. Really? Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. It's a god ability. Does silence stop it? Can you transform while under silence? No, it wouldn't, Colgate, because the silence floors would stop you from doing it. Also, I think just the cost of it would be too high. You'd rather have like Rue Apocalypse probably if you were going for something like that. I assume silence stops it. You just do it on downstairs. You don't need the Hellfire. Fair enough. It would be super sick if you could Hellfire though on the silence floors. Okay, we are done with this floor. Let's turn off Rings of Poison Resist. Did we happen to pick up any more potions of experience? Nope. Hey, by the way, 100% I guess, we are no longer getting nuked. No longer getting our HP nuked by this lack of shapeshifting skill. So we're training fighting, we're training axes, which we have manuals on both, and we're getting translocations to 20 just so Manifold Assault is more castable. Let's pick up Disjunction as well. Not that we'll be casting it anytime soon, but there it is. It's crazy, it's only one level higher. So much lower chance to cast than Manifold. We really need higher skill, don't we? Or maybe Wizardry. What we really need is Singularity, the ultimate spell. Bear in mind, Destruction was made a level 8 translocation spell back when translocations had no real spells. I mean, to be fair, Disjunction is really good. I feel like you could make the argument that it should only be level 7, but it certainly should be high level. Like, it's really, really, really good. It's just a very awkward tool that you don't really want on most games. I guess it makes, like, the orb run a joke, but the orb run is already a joke on account of the fact that you can cast blink. Like, I'll tell you, Disjunction used to be my go-to back when you couldn't control blink on the orb run, but now it's just like not that important. Disjunction Discord. Yeah, no, it's cool. You feel real good when you're using it, so it's a fun spell. I like it. Did we pick up something goofy? No, we didn't. Okay. I keep, like, worrying that I'm gonna leave something important behind. But we already have the Autumn Katana, so... how bad could it be? What kind of floor is this? I guess vaults? I really do think that, like, level 3 of Ignite Blood should just constantly apply, MO scrolls. How funny would that be? These guys have been equipped with chaos weapons. Okay. I don't even care. I have blood right. Let's rock and roll, fellas. Paralyze me at your peril, I guess. This is gonna feel so risky, by the way. I bet. Once we get to Mega-Ziggurats and I'm, like, constantly triggering the, assuming it works the way I expect it to work, I'm constantly triggering blood right. Hold up. Alright, I need to drop more things. We're definitely not going to need Disintegrate anymore. Okay. RC plus, RF plus, magic resist. There's no way that I wear this, right? I kind of want to carry it out of the Ziggurat just because it's like a really good ring, and maybe there's a universe where I use it, but very, very unlikely. Conjuration, Earth, Alchemy. Wow, what a staff that we don't want. Okie doke. Okie doke. Here we go. By the way, if I take shapeshifting up, do I get a HP bonus for Talisman of Death or no? Because you never used to ever get like a bonus HP for Lich form. I'm gonna guess that all it does is make Siphon Essence better. Shapeshifting skill increases the amount healed. Yeah, by my melee attacks as well. Save your time. Yeah, no, yeah, thank you. Thank you for the reminder. It would have been a pretty easy floor, whether I remember to do that or not, but... Bro, what is happening? I'm confused because it's not... The stuff in the back is not bleeding. I'm just gonna read this. Do spiders not have blood anymore? I was using Manifold Assault over there. That is a garbage item. Okay. Okay. Spiders don't have blood. They have, like, Ichor. Ichor? I-C-H-O-R. I mean, something's pumping through them, right? They have juice. Okay, 6 more floors. No, no orbs of fire yet. I feel like I've jinxed myself now. Oh, my spellcasting is so low. What am I doing? Can an Orb of Fire floor spawn in Zig 1? Sure can. Yes, sir. And it's actually where you would like to find your Panlord floors, Ghost floors, Silence floors, Orbs of Fire floors. You'd rather have that happen earlier than later. I got petrified and I don't care. I let it happen. I saw it happening and I did nothing to stop it. Frenzied Orbs of Fire. First Ziggurat, not first floor. Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, you can get any floor in your first Ziggurat. You know what? I want to drop all my potions, but I want to do it just for funsies outside of the Ziggurat, so... On the other hand, I just don't care. Except for mutation. I mean, we're never leaving Lich form again, so... So we want experience. And we want mutation. We don't care about anything else, really. Right? Yeah. I'll just leave it all here, it's fine. The bar is closed. That'll significantly increase my inventory. We got Discord. Okay, terrific. 5 more floors. Really tempted to change things up and get RF Plus on. Just because if we do get an Orb of Fire floor, it's going to suck to not have 3 pips. In fact, what do we even do on an Orb of Fire floor? Just blink to the exit, I guess? Self-banish buff. Cast Disjunction, go back in. I mean, yeah, I guess in theory I could do that, or I could, like, haste transform, go in to a new floor, but it's like you won't get enough haste to be able to keep doing that. I'm still not sold on the whole, like, go to Abyss thing, because there's no way to, outside of Lagonu, there's no way to consistently do it, and every time I've tried to force myself, because I'll carry around a disto weapon in case of, like, really weird situations where, for example, I get let's say there was one time I got a bazaar that sold some stuff I didn't have the money for, so I abyssed myself by unwielding a bunch of times, and I farmed up gold, which back in the day you could do that because more gold dropped. And I guess you could still do it if you were like a Gozak guy. But anyway, the point is that, like, when I removed the weapon over and over, I remember it taking like an average of 15 times, and maybe I was just, I guess, getting unlucky, but but yeah, sure. I have enough item slots that we can keep the big ones, I guess. I'm not sure if attraction's really all that important right now. In a version with Nekomata, then sure, but haste, invis, attraction might. Yeah, I guess I could see it. I don't think it's gonna happen, but maybe Lignify too. So when I go back and I find out there's actually Torment on that floor, well, I shouldn't be surprised, actually. Well, Brilliance is, these days it's not wizardry, it's just spell power, so that's a fair point. Also, I guess it does halve the magic cost. I don't know, the problem is you would pretty much, if you're going back in not as a lich, you're a lich before going back in. Why would you want to drink attraction before going back in? Ambrosia would be useful for the sake of being in the abyss and healing up, I guess. I don't know, I could just, like, not carry these artifact rings around. That's another thing we could do. Or I could drop Torment, or I could drop, like, Poison. Poison is not going to be useful, we can go ahead and drop that for sure. Yeah, because it's not Trunk, we don't need attraction. I mean, in theory, with Mockleb and me swinging, it could be, like, mildly useful, but not in a Mega-Ziggurat, you know? You dropped Lich Form to drink cancel on a Zig floor. Even with the 5 turns wait? That's a fair point. Parawand, at this point in the game, I would agree, is basically useless unless I was going to pop on Guile, and then it could, like, if I ended up in a 1v1 with a pretty nasty Panlord, then maybe, but we're getting into silly territory. I'm not doing that. And for Mega-Ziggurats, most of the stuff really is superfluous. Like, my theory is, and I understand how other people have done it, but my theory is that, like, you know, if I have to go to the Abyss, I've done something wrong. Like, I'm trying to set up a situation where I can do this character in such a way that, you know, it's able to just kind of win each floor without any kind of risk like that. My defenses are so good in Mega Zigs that you should always survive 5 turns or even 20 turns. It depends. It depends. You can always roll low on things like Hellfire, so... Disto to Abyss and wait effects out there, then exit Lich Form to drink cancel. Yeah, Lich Form makes me feel safe. By the way, we have our first harm artifact. They're reasonably rare. I don't think we're going to pick it up, though. I don't want to be at a +5 scale mail, so we're going down. Ooh boy. This is a lightning floor. This is somewhat spooky. We can get paralyzed. I feel like Invis is actually useful here. I'm going into the center of all this crap so it can all see me. I'm just going to be very liberal in my use of Immolation Scrolls. And then we're going to swing. I'm going to save our mana to regain HP. Ooh. Ooh, buddy. Alright, never mind. I remember air floors being a whole lot more dangerous than that, but I guess my memory of their difficulty led me to use that scroll, and it worked out just fine. Okay, we don't need that ring. Manual of Shields, yeah, buddy. That's always good. We definitely don't want to... Let's turn out these stupid rings. Rings of Intelligence, Slaying, blah, 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 blah. All the dumb rings. Not getting big blood arrow value with MO Flame Blood. If the fire kills something, you won't get the arrow heal. That might be it, but I think it's more that the arrows are just like low rolling on damage. You could be right, though. I could be getting slightly cucked out of it with Ignite Blood, which would be... it would be unfortunate. Okay, I don't care enough about wizardry to wear something that only has you know, one other ability on it. Untransform, drink. Okie dokie. I mean, I guess for these early Ziggurats, what I could be doing, especially on these final floors, is I could be like, untransform, drink haste, drink might, retransform, and then go down. Like, that's an option, just for the final floors of the first few Ziggurats, and then we probably won't run out of haste that way. Sometimes you get real lucky and you just end up with a lot of living floors like this, and you're just not gonna have too much of a problem, you know? And then sometimes, like, you'll notice we haven't gotten a holy floor yet. Holy would be well and truly a nightmare on this dude. My XP is lacking. Yes, it sure is. Alright. You want to be cute? Give me that HP. Fravashi, tell me more. I've not heard of such a thing. I believe I saw it referenced in the Crawl Cosplay Challenge, but I didn't read too closely. Or at least I didn't commit it to memory. Fravashi. The Ring of Ignis's Brutal Revenge. Okay. Hexes, Necro, eh. You need Ignition and PV. Oh yeah, Polar Vortex, the new tornado. I will always call it by the old names. This character is very much at risk in ways PBD and Mana Shield ones aren't. Yes. Yeah, and that's why this is... this is a test. This is not like a game where I expect this to be the Mega-Zig guy, but maybe it's so good, this combination, that maybe it just works, you know? Yeah, Dream Shard Necklace. If I remember correctly, this is like a super duper goofy thing that, that makes it so you, you know, I guess I'll turn these back on. Curing... I just realized I turned all these off, and now I'm carrying them again, so I should probably... I bet I left some behind. I really just care about haste and might, to be honest with you. I'm thinking too much about this. You still die when it triggers. Yeah, it's this wacky thing that turns you, I thought, into a Felid. Star Dream. It absorbs a single lethal wound into itself, holding its wearer just short of death and releasing dream creatures to guard them. So that's nutty. It doesn't put you to full HP. This looks like crap then, to be honest with you. I mean, it's probably... The irony is it's probably better in the early game, where you're only taking 1 or 2 hits at a time. Okay, Plate Armor of Greed. Arpoise, Magic Resist, Core. I think I'll keep my Swamp Dragon Scale. I'm getting Int from it. It's a very... it's an excellent early game amulet. Keeps you at 1 HP. Or are you guaranteed to survive that turn, or do you get another turn? Because, like, what if I get hit 7 times in 1 turn, and the first one kills me? Am I immune to damage for the rest of it, or not? Because that to me is the million-dollar question. If you can just get hit again and lose, then I don't think it's very good past the mid-game. I mean, obviously it's a thing that saves you from dying, so you can't complain, but usually situations in Dungeon Crawl, if you're dying, are so bad past the mid-game that surviving one particular hit is not... You know, the reason why Felage is so good is that you come back at full HP somewhere else on the level. So you're definitely going to live. Alright. We're going to untransform. Drink. Haste. Drink. Might. And go down. Okay, Orc Floor. Whoa. What was that big hit? Juggernaut. Okay. Siphon Essence is a funny thing, by the way. To get my HP back to full for more Blood Right. I think my schedule said this was only going to be a 2-hour stream, but we're going to go a little over because I want to at least finish the Ziggurat, and I want to I don't know, I want to get a better idea of if Blood Right even works. Okay, we're barbed. Is that a mosh pit? Certainly seems like it. You'll never effectively struggle on any living floors. True, I sure wish LearnDB wasn't lying to me and it actually worked on, you know, other floors. RF minus. I'm thinking no. Tower Shield of Cold Resist. There's a branded Tower Shield, I guess. There is a universe where I use that. I'm carrying a bunch of garbage. Let's look at our potions again. I foolishly picked these things back up. I really don't think there's a world where I'm using potions. Let's just stop picking up curing, I guess. We'll drop them one at a time and we'll see what we can leave with. Okay. I want that shield. But yeah, nothing on this floor. Other than that. Maybe that staff. No, it's not good. I mean, it's okay. Alright. Leave with every unrand. I would like to do that. I don't think I've left any behind yet, so... Okay, haste. Might. Transform. Down to 1% on Manifold Assault, and we kind of have Disjunction online, so that's cool. We've been getting a lot of easy floors. I'm amazed, like, no Orb of Fire, no Holy. Watch the final floor be, watch the final floor totally be a Holy floor. So that is the final boss. Yep, we're gonna be having Silver Javelins. That means I can get rid of, you know, my regular javelins, I suppose. Are we actually getting damage from this floor? We sure are. Is that the Ziggurat? We have one more floor of the Ziggurat. Yes, I am in the Ziggurat right now. But this is only the first Ziggurat. The more Ziggurats you do, the more enemies show up. Can we see Bloodright trigger on this floor? Maybe. I mean, do you want me to just let it happen? Do I have enough blink scrolls to blink straight out of Zig 27 if needed? Oh yeah, big time. We got 7. We're good to go there. Looks like Bloodright is not going to trigger today. Okay, terrific. Had a lot of potions of experience, like way more than I usually do. I think this is the most potions of experience I've ever found in one Ziggurat. Dex -5. No. Star Corrode? Hell no. We will not use a Star Corrode item. I don't care what's on it. 10 or 12 in the CCTT run? Huh. And from one Ziggurat? V's is often better than blinking. Yes. Yeah, V's is... I don't know if the devs understand what they've done by making V's. I'm not complaining. I think it's a wonderful spell, and I think it's pretty well balanced. Like, probably it should be level 5, but it's just really good. And really fun to use. Like, I don't praise the vanilla devs very often, but I'll give them credit where credit is due. When something is good, I will say it. I should stop training axes when you could be training fighting armor, dodging shields. That's a fair point. I was trying to... Oh god, I really am still low, aren't I? Yeah, that's fair. Although, to be fair, we had a manual for most of that time. I probably will just train it all, to be honest with you. Listen, 10 spellcasting is good. Listen, we'll be lazy and just train all this stuff. It's fine. It's fine. It's not a big deal. We're good. Totally fine. Alrighty, we're gonna haste. We're gonna might. Should I not be working towards level 9 spells? Probably. I think we're gonna be just like fooling around with Manifold Assault for a while. I don't know, you'd be surprised how much damage you can get out of those last few levels of weapon training. Like, in a street game, I very rarely will go much further than Mindalay, but I do feel like it's doing something for us, especially if... Well, it just kind of depends, because as you say, I should be going towards spells, and I guess those last few levels are at least training Longblade for Autumn. I'm going to. I've never used MA, so I'm not sure how good it is for clearing later zigs. It's not, really. You guys are probably right. I probably should turn it off. We'll do defenses for a while, and we'll take spellcasting to 20. And then probably what we'll do is I think our first level 9 spell is going to be Polar Vortex, because we have manuals for it. So we'll go ahead and we'll train a whole lot of things. Again, this is not what you want to do. You don't want to train a whole lot of things at the same time, but because this is end game or whatever, I'm gonna get so much experience so fast, it's not a big deal. I haven't really thought too much about my scaling, frankly, because there's just... Oh, fuck. I didn't transform. There we go. CL grew on you massively. What's CL? Conjure... Oh, Chain Lightning. Did they buff it or something? It was always okay. I never thought of it as a good Ziggurat tool. By the way, this is a free zig. This is a swamp floor. I do think it's kind of cool how, like, even though it's swamp themed, it just throws big dragons in here, like golden dragons. It's like, what if swamp was super swamp, you know? Chain... Hold on. Oh, it's level 9 now. Huh. Okay. Does that mean Nicola is even scarier than he used to be? Best for Orb of Fire floors. I mean, Orbs of Fire are immune to electricity, so how does that work? Bypasses half of Defender's armor and resistance to electricity. Does that... half of immunity is... half of infinity is still infinity! So how does that work? I guess it just treats them as having resistance. Yeah. I don't want to be a stickler. Alright, Ziggurat figurine. Very good. We're gonna go ahead and drop regular javelins. We're gonna get the figurine. Notice how we don't have a downstair because we finished the Ziggurat. There's the Dark Maul. We better start using Dark Maul with Manifold Assault. That's the true play. That, you know, I'm not gonna lie, that could be kind of funny with this Blood Right thing. If you think about it, I have to wonder if that would actually do something. That's another thing I might want to test, just for funsies. Give Dark Maul to Platinum Paragon. I need to try that stuff. I don't play Trunk, so I haven't had a chance. Do I need those enchant armor scrolls? Potentially. Probably not, but maybe. Is it working yet? 37 base damage. Man, it's such a silly weapon. I'm tempted to test it out, though. If we just don't care about... Like, think about it. Like, Dark Maul with two harm and Manifold Assault. Would you just one-shot everything that you... I mean, I guess you'd probably want to have more strength, but would you just one-shot everything that it happens to hit? Because if so, I feel like a single cast gets you to full HP every time under Mokleb. Of course, on Silence Floor, Mendeley has reached skill level 28. We're almost there. Well, maces and flails. The maul is sadly not an axe, so we would need to train some maces and flails. Anyway, yeah, okay, that's the end of the Zig. You have passed through the Ziggurat. Zot will hunt you nevermore. We no longer have a Zot clock. We're back on D1. Okay, we'll keep our unrans over here. I think I am, in fact, gonna, for now, drop everything except for haste and might. And mutation. Because I may want to farm up good mutations. Because, like, why not, right? We could go ahead and do that, actually, but we have some okay ones, so I don't think I want to fool with it. Do I want to switch out my rings? Cancel can be used on Sap Ruin. Yeah, if I'm not in Lich form. I mean, I don't understand why I would not be in Lich form. Especially once we get to the Mega-Ziggurats. Yeah, it's just, yeah, that's the whole potion thing is just kind of like, I don't see it happening. I understand the idea of going to Abyss, but again, with the thing I laid out where it's like, you gotta spend turns taking an item off, which damages you most of the time. Yars can be used on yourself to purge bad things. Yes, that's a fun strategy, especially in Lich form. Our big problem, I think, is, Confuse will own us. Let's get that toga. Although I guess Clarity from Autumn Katana would fix that. Autumn Katana still has, oh, nope, it doesn't have it anymore. Just kidding. RIP. Let's see. Our AC would decrease by 14.5. Our EV would actually decrease as well somehow. To be fair, if we got the +7 again, it would go back up to we would go from like 38 to 30, which is not great. Yeah, we'll cap it again really fast. And we're not really using scrolls other than Immolate, and we're certainly not using potions, so the toga might make some sense. The Slay would even add stuff. I kind of want to test the stupid Dark Maul play. Let's get more skills, I guess. Toga is back. It's true, Toga is back. Kind of. Okay, we're going to do one more Ziggurat, I think. And then kind of regroup. I am sort of tempted to just pop on Orb of Mayhem and see what happens. Dark Maul, let's go. Well, let's get our skills up first. Early game item, secret megazig, optimal. It might be. I mean, I don't know. Our AC will be garbage with it, so I'll say that the GDR change certainly changes things up. Have you got a place to test what happens when you cast Manifold Assault with Dark Maul? You know, I guess we could pop up into Tomb or something real fast. I guess I could just cast it right now. It won't let me? Okay. Takes whatever the swing time is. But just for one attack, not 12, obviously. By the way, I went down, so that was a figurine of a Ziggurat +1. I don't know, I kind of want to... Problem is our strength is not high enough. I'm not going to fool with it just yet. Well, hold on, let's... Alright, we'll go to Tomb. Just a quick one. This is not Tomb, this is Temple. .4 turns right now, which is exactly what you would expect for a regular attack. Yeah, it's the same as a regular attack. I wanted there to be two things on the screen. Oh, here we go. Okay. Yeah, 2.4 turns no matter how much is on the screen, just as you'd expect. It seems pretty goddamn sick, I'll tell you that. Look at that, everything just dies. Okay, that's kind of... Should we do this because it's funny? Oh my god. Have I workshopped a new leg of this journey? Those iron golems? Yeah. Yeah, dude. I don't know. I feel like with Mocklib this is actually viable. We're venturing into really dumb territory right now. I was really thinking we'd be using Autumn Katana, but This is just being able to one-shot stuff. I had unvisited upstairs. What are you talking about? Encrypt 3? So I did, thank you. Okay. I think I'm just gonna test it out. Yeah, the reliable healing is massive. I think it may be time to do maces and flails. I'm gonna keep my axe and take it with me. And you know. You almost missed the Zom altar. Whew. Turn on maces and flails, I guess. We're training like a million things, but that's okay. Take the katana too. Alright, sure. This is so silly. I guess we got that cross-training. I mean, it's insane. It's actually, even with only 18 strength, this is, and not even full fighting or even close to full maces and flails. We're doing some stupid things with this. Like, it just kind of kills anything that it hits. And it removes the problem of like, oh no, I'm attacking slowly. Well, you're actually getting like 12 attacks, so it's not quite as bad. Optimal Mega-Zig amulet. Yeah, I bet. It gives you a little second chance. Did I drop that shield? No, I didn't. Whatever. Oh no! There's Hodor. He has Firestorm. He has Orbital Destruction. How scary. Oh wait. I'm just gonna Manifold Assault. He's just gonna get erased from the board. So the one thing that maybe makes this idea silly, is that I don't know how it's going to perform on silence floors, because the whole idea was to have an axe or manifold assault in the form of Autumn Katana on a silence floor to kind of resolve this problem. This guy is going to be one-shotting, you know, things one at a time, the slow way, which of course we don't want. You can run out of mana. Yes. Well, that wouldn't happen if we had been a good boy and rolled the correct mutation, but we did not, so it is what it is, I guess. Yo! We missed a couple of times. Not good. What did I even do? Get hit by a crystal spear? Maybe don't swing normally with it? Yeah, probably not. I could manifold, but I think we need to silence, actually, and then just swing normally. Oh, wait a minute. Am I getting owned? How am I getting owned? How's he hitting me so hard? Oh, he's mited. Well, that's not good. And I'm silenced. This is quite bad, actually. Well, let's just make my life easy. Something touches you. What is that even? Well, I have to take out the Lich. There's some healing. I lost See Invisible from the axe. Oh, it's another Lich. Uh-oh. Yeah, I did lose See, and that's why I can't see. We could farm for the mutation, I guess. Just wield the axe. I could just wield the axe, it's true. I don't know why I thought it, no. You know what it is? I have like PTSD from my Coglin run, where yes indeed, it does take a million years to swap weapons on a Coglin. It is indeed still fast for everybody else. Fair point. I was also thinking that we can't swap to, we can't put our shield back on, that's the big thing, so, hey, Executioner's Axe time, baby! Speed Executioner's Axe. Truly optimal swap. Alright. What do you have? Just Vampiric Touch. I am a little bit worried about getting Dispel Undeaded here. And Ruin is up. Yeah, too bad I don't know, Frostbite is really not that good. I feel bad about it. Only because, I wanted to get, like, a collection of all the Unrans in the game. So, can it spawn again is the question. I wonder how that works. I don't think it can spawn again. I cannot get over how funny it is to cast Manifold Assault with this thing. I very much haven't noticed Celebrant doing things here. Well, it really hasn't triggered that much. Let's just... I guess I see it more as a get-out-of-jail-free card than the thing that's going to be carrying all on its own, but... I don't know, let's give it time. I'm going to consider this experiment complete once we're doing floors that are completely filled with dudes. I do think this is going to work infinitely better if we have Mana Shield, though. Like this whole running out of mana thing is for the birds. Do not want. I guess if I get, I don't know, is there that, what's that one thing that, the Wukad Mu staff, does that still exist? Distort to regain mana in Abyss. That sounds rather tedious, my friend. Whoa! Where's the silence coming from? You don't think Wukad Mu exists anymore? It's an orb now. Of course. So you have to spend 5 turns putting it on. Alright, this guy hits for 50 plus chaos. Man, I am silenced. Damn. Well, I can always grab a tambourine, I guess. I sure wish I knew where that silence was coming from. Oh, Radiating is this guy's. Rumiam. We don't have throwing yet, unfortunately. It would be really cool if we had Tornado up. Just ask them a question. I might. You know what? Let's do that and let's see. I'll start Gravitambourining if I need to, but we're gonna pop on the axe. We're just gonna start swinging, and it's mainly because I want to see what happens with Blood right here, if anything at all. Do I want to evoke anything? Maybe Condenser Vein. Get a little extra damage. I feel bad that we don't have a shield on. You know what we could do? We could pop on Orb of Mayhem. It would take 5 turns. I guess it would test like whether I just straight up die when I do that. That'd be kind of funny, I suppose. Giant eyeballs. Yeah, well they can't paralyze me anymore, but they can make me take double damage, which is a little spooky. I think we just keep swinging. Yeah, we're fragile now. Oh boy. I'm not gonna do it while fragile. No, we're just... Oh, ye of little faith, you tell me not to train axes, but it seems to be doing some good things for me here. That extra damage is pretty clutch, I think. Yeah, this this mall thing is funny, but I don't know how sustainable it is, because it only hits 12 things, and that feels like a lot of things right now. But it's actually not that many things once you get to a mega zig, and it would be way more, it would be like infinitely more sustainable. It would be infinitely more sustainable if we had our mana coming back, but unfortunately we don't, so... Well, I bet you that Autumn's damage is absolutely garbage, particularly since I have no Longblades training whatsoever. It's only 4 more things than the axe when surrounded. Yeah, it's what I'm saying. So I think what we're going to do, actually, is we're going to... Let's just wear the Broadaxe. I kind of want to pop on the Orb of Mayhem right now, and we'll just see how that works. Alright, plus magic resist, plus. I'll take that with me, I suppose. And the thing is that, primarily, I just want to get Tornado online right now. Still haven't found any good armor. It's true, no lovely body armor. Oh. Oh my god. I'm not in Lich form. Oops. How am I even berserking? Is that from Orb of Mayhem? It's probably... It's okay. Because as soon as something dies... Wait a minute. It didn't work. The Dread Lich is engulfed, blah blah blah. Corrodes, blah blah blah. Why is... Still got that mutation. Yeah, but why isn't Mayhem making this stuff frenzy? I understand why I'm berserk. Yeah, fair enough, but like, why... It's making them frenzied. I see the haste. Harpy frenzied? Yeah, okay, the Harpy is frenzied. I just thought it, like, automatically frenzied everything. Another interaction with the fire. Oh no, I'm being petrified. I'm so fucked. It totally is me killing. Yes, it is. I'm getting them, like, one hit. Well, the Dreadlich died to the flames, fine. But, like, the Yaktar Captain... Hold on, that's... Enemies killing each other. There, you slice... There, at the top. You slice the Dreadlich, you destroy the Dreadlich. You slice the Dreadlich, you destroy the Dreadlich. There's 2 of them. And then it says, only one thing goes into a frenzy at once, though. Yeah, Arrow will bail me out of this, hopefully. Didn't even trigger. Okay. I don't... If Mayhem only does 1 enemy at a time, I feel like it's, this is a bit sad. Is that not a bit sad? %50 to frenzy 1 enemy. So... Wow, so it's only... So there's no way to frenzy more than 1 enemy, and there's even, like, only... There's only a 50% chance to even do the 1, right? Mayhem does many enemies at a time. I'm hearing... Either I'm misunderstanding, or there seems to be a disagreement. I'm sure with Ignition it's amazing, but probably what's happening there is you're killing, like, 10 things on the board, and then 10 things are rolling, and a lot of those things are rolling to be Mayhemed. Does Manifold Assault work with... oh my god, I forgot to put Lich Form on again. Does Manifold Assault work with the Axe... with Axe Cleave, I wonder? I think it does. If you Ignition, you kill 100 things, you could Frenzy 50. Well, thankfully... I'm not being punished too badly other than being berserked, which is pretty terrifying, but that's okay. I'm just gonna pretend I did this on purpose. It might be time to farm with these potions of mutation, actually get that int penalty off. Not that I care about the berserkitis, but... Okay, now we have really terrible mutations. I'm gonna farm for good mutations, I think. Robust? Hey, we could just cheese our way to robust. How fun would that be? Oh man. We could switch Jivia, get a really good mutation set, and then go Lich form. Yeah, it's unfortunate, Zeldust. We have clarity. I mean, that's pretty cool. I don't know. Mutation really wants to take things away is the problem. You pretty much have to be a GV guy to get a set of awesome mutations. Yeah, I should have stopped. I didn't stop. Now I'm a bad boy with low strength. I'm overdoing it, guys. I need to stop. Okay. Alrighty. I guess I'll just live with this for the time being. This may have really screwed me, though, because my strength is only 13 now. It might be that I need to use the stupid auto katana at this point. Just for damage. Due to having dex and not strength. God, 33 int and still no... Wait a minute. Why am I training air? I thought it was ice and air. Is it literally just ice? Yeah, I agree. I don't know why I thought the polar vortex was ice and air. Okay, well that was dumb. I don't think I've even used it since it got changed. We're going to train long blades. We're going to use the autumn katana after this floor. After a couple floors, probably. This should be okay. Alright, I'm going to save. You know what? Just to make my life easy. Singing sword. Well, it doesn't work on silence floors, though. How did I just get so much mana back? Is that powered by pain? What just happened there? Yeah, I haven't seen it doing it, so it's kind of interesting. Oh look, a nice artifact glove. Which I guess we don't care too much about, but still. Can't wear it. Longblade's 9.5 from that floor. Yeah, we'll need 2 or 3 floors before this is truly doing work for us. Go invis. This looks like a spider floor. Yeah, In Trunk, there's a way to wear gloves even with Claws 3. How do you do that? I'll tell you though, if you ever get a chance to use Manifold Assault with the Dark Maul just in a regular extended game, I don't know if it'd be ever optimal, but it feels real good, I'll tell you that. Fisty Cloak. Yeah, there's a bunch of different items that like, give you extra slots now, which I feel like the game is jumping the shark in that regard, but I guess I can't complain. 7 League Boots. Sniper for 7 MP, yeah, pretty much. Way better than Sniper, even. It just rampages you all the way across the screen, all the way across the screen. Pretty good item, probably, I guess. I mean, I'm very dubious about Rampage in general, because I don't like to skip my staircases, but, you know. So this is interesting. That amulet has Slay on it and Regen MP. As long as I'm still using Manifold Assault for my damage, that could be worth it. Although, we're getting a point of our RF. Yeah, there's no way. Why do I only have one pip of... Oh, my helmet got popped off. That does sound fun, Cataclysm. I mean, I would play with it in the early game, probably, just for the big boy AC out of it, and it'd probably be good on certain guys, I guess. Although, in general, turning a corner and waiting for stuff to come to you is better than trying to rush up to it. Alright. That's true. I did that not with the boots, but just with regular Rampage from, what's that Rampage species called? I just evoked Invis, and I realized I'm in water, so there was no real point to that. Armitar, yeah. Formerly Paleontonga, formerly Chucks, formerly Sneeds, Feed, and Seed. God, I might actually make my auto fight stop lower so I can just tab this crap. Centaur, but special. Yes. Alright, Dex and shields. Nope. No, I think we can drop that. That's strictly worse than what I've got. Wow. Wow, Spirit Shield on that amulet. RC+++ and Sinv. Paleontonga was the V's one? Huh. I think that was the game where I learned what V's was and how good it was. Alright, how are we doing? 14.4. Oh, you're saying the species. I thought you were talking about like a previous game. Okay, 66 base damage with this broad axe. 47 with the Autumn Katana. Sad. Our first, baby's first ghost floor, I guess. Space folds impossibly around your blade. You open up the ghost crab, blah 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 blah. It didn't double up. So what's the chance, I wonder, of it happening? Sometimes launches melee attacks. Oh, very good. Space folds impossibly around your blade. I do like that we're slowing everything due to our lich ability. The AF slow and AF weaken is absolutely insane. Like, really huge buff. Alright, it did it. So that's at least one. Just one. 20%. You'd think it'd be happening more often then. A ghost floor full of other mega-ziggers. Yeah, it's true. Like, everybody's got Firestorm. Polar Vortex, whatever. MCC on Ghost Twins. That would be unfortunate, wouldn't it? I think MCC should kill the player if the player, or the character, your character, if there's no enemies around and you cast it. Energy's gotta go somewhere, right? Alright, this is doing less damage than I would like, but it's not really a big surprise considering that I, don't have much, long blades. Waygoost, the Master Mountain Dwarf Hexslinger, and then also a legendary Demonspawn Earth Elementalist. Crystal Spear. You die in one turn to 20 firestorms hitting you in one turn. Well, they're not immune to fire, so they wouldn't... Well, wow, this guy actually is immune to fire. Okie dokie. How the hell does that work? Why is the EV just a number? There's like so many pips it won't fit. I don't know how that works, Awakened. That's an interesting question. Alright, well this was a regular attack and we got a free manifold out of it. So that's cool. $45 is 9 pips. Yeah, it would be nice to have Conjure Lightning here, I suppose. What's this fellow who's next to me? He has a Radiate, that's scary. V's Electro Lunge. Why did they change the name of it? I have V's Electric Charge. Why is it an Electro Lunge for this guy when an enemy has it? What? This could be where we lose. So it can't displace, yeah. Who owns this thing? That Curse Skull, I guess. We may end up having to blink out of here. We just aren't doing the damage required to deal with these ghosts. That's the big problem with ghosts, huh? Whoa! What was that? Somebody just cast, like, Conjure Ball Lightning? I blocked it and reflected it back. Well, yeah. Well, let's see if Celebrant carries. I guess there's a lot of guys here, so... It's not as many as a full screen like I would like, but... Probably use the axe. I am popping manifolds, but... You know, I want to have the axe on just for resist cold, actually. Yeah, we are ruined. So, what is ruining me? I didn't see a scholar. Do they just give it to ghosts sometimes? That seems odd, since that's not like a ability a player can have outside of god abilities. So there must have been... There must have been a scholar or something. Unless there's like an enemy that I don't know about that gets it. Thought Scholar and Murray were the only ones. Well, yeah, I guess we could look at the log. One of them's casting Eldritch Tentacle, Malign Gateway. You feel your attacks grow feeble. That was just... I guess an AF ability. That's weird. I've never seen that on a ghost before. Something summoned by the skull. I don't think skulls can summon a scholar. Isn't scholar the only thing that... There it is. Demonspawn Soul Scholar. So there was a scholar on the floor. But yeah, we're getting ice tornadoed now, so we kind of need to have this axe on just for RC. I almost want to torment just to... Well, there's nothing living, never mind. I mean, there's... I guess torment would work against these soul scholars. Do they have blood? Will that make fire show up? Let's just read torment. Did that even do anything? Shadow Dragon convulses X2. Are Demonspawn immune to... Huh, are they immune? I don't remember them being immune to torment. They're not... Like, these guys don't have resist negative at all, but... I know I'm not immune to torment. But God forbid the game be, like, reciprocal. Alright. I think we just keep swinging. I could, like... Unleash destruction on these guys. Oh yeah, well, fair point, but... Shouldn't it just be a chance to be immune then? Okay, blood right kicked in. Let's see what it did. Scholars are immune to torment. Fair enough, I guess. I mean, it's doing work. I get like 2-3 exclamation points on each thing that I hit. Some of them did die. It's just like... Perhaps not as much damage as I would like. I got a baby heal. Yeah, right. Not... Well, it didn't kill enough things to do a real heal, so... you know, it is what it is. Whoa, that's some damage. Okay, he's crystal spearing me. Alrighty. Quality over quantity floor, yes. Which is unfortunate for my wacky idea. Secret trees, yeah, perhaps so. Alrighty. Well, unfortunately, we are a lich. I could fog here, but it's not going to help me that much. I can't, like, sit here and buff up. Yeah, popping on the Dark Maul would be cool, but I'd need, like, 5 hands, or 5 turns to take the shield off. And I may have just given myself the time, I guess. But maybe not. Good thing I dropped my potions of magic. I don't want to untransform. At all. I guess I could... Hey, Jink, what's up, man? I feel like we just leave this damn floor, honestly. Surely we've dragged everything. We have like 10 scrolls of blinking. It's just funny because if we had had Polar Vortex up the whole time, it would have been fine. I've really... Well, we don't have a... I didn't have the foresight to wear a disto weapon. Did the remaining ghost have see invisible? There are 2 or 3 remaining ghosts, and... Yes, they typically do, and that one did. I think we just... Well, let's see. What do you got? Are you the LCS guy? No, you're just a melee guy. Damn, no Phantom Mirror, huh? You just don't. I mean, unless they've changed something, I don't know what you guys are talking about, because, like, from what I remember, Unwielding just damages you over and over and over, and then maybe 1 in 10 times it'll send you to the abyss.
Our daddy taught us not to be ashamed of our
dranks. But maybe they messed around with the percentages, I don't know. Okay, are you the LCS guy? Yeah, you are. God, we really need more evokes if we're gonna be doing this. You have RC? Yeah, you do. Yeah, it's just not happening for me. And I still have Ruin on me. I could just, like, run away until the Ruin goes away, I suppose. We still have lots of blink. And butterflies, by the way. That I don't know. Hey, Iron Gimbal. Very good. See, what I really gotta do is take my stealth to 27 so I can just run away from dudes in this situation. Okay. That's, the Ruin is off. I think maybe we can melee this dude. Maybe. Does he see invisible? Yeah, I get this feeling that all ghosts see invisible these days. Alright, good. We slow him down. It turns out that my lich form is still awesome. He's slow. He's weak. Very, very good. I'm okay with fighting all these dudes, to be honest with you. Just not the Polar Vortex guy. Did we... Damn it, no, we didn't even get the kill. Boo! Okay, we'll just burn through all of our blink. Okay, that guy got destroyed. which cucked me out of the heal because the tornado killed him. I can Word of Chaos, but it's only going to help so much versus Tornado Mans. Why not read my tele scrolls? Because they were kind of... Well, in this case, when they're all sort of next to each other, it's okay, but I was worried about getting teleported into, like, directly back to the other ones when I thought I could just 1v1 this guy. This is a good place to telly. Cool. He actually has chain lightning as well. That's hilarious. I didn't even see that. That's not so good. Oh, I'm fully aware. I know it. Alright. Thank you, Zeldest. We'll probably stop the stream pretty soon. Find it weird that I'm resting? Why? I want to get my HP back so blood rate comes back. I mean, I guess I could just keep walking, but when I'm teleporting, if I... be taking off my shield and putting on my Ghost Masher 9000. I fear the LCS. I guess now I should probably put on my Ghost Masher 9000, but a minute ago it was... EV? Alright. You're right. Well, because we have V's electric charge, we can be real cute about this. You completely miss the ghost. Manifold Assault skips EW. Do you mean EV? Surely it doesn't. No, I don't think so. There's no way. Is that true? Yo. Yeah, it does. Alright. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Yeah, alrighty. So V's electric charge is completely, like, pointless now, for the sake of, unless you're just using it to move around. I didn't realize it always hit. That's cool. Thank you for the heads up. That does make Dark Maul really good. Still don't think it's great in a Ziggurat, but the Ghost Masher. I don't know. I feel like we should just be getting Ice Magic and ending our scheme to get Autumn Katana online. I mean, it's okay. I'm really going in multiple directions right now. Let me at least get it to Mendeley, which it's already there. So we'll get Ice up now. We've got to get Polar Vortex online. This damage is it's just sad damage. It's not good. I've just pretty much got to use a Immolate to make this do anything. And then suddenly it's awesome. Conclusion, Maul is better. Yeah, I guess so. I feel like when my mana runs out, we're in a real bad place with the Maul equipped. Whereas with this thing on, it's, you know, at least I got my SH. Actually does something for my MP. That's a fair point. I do feel like once I get long blades to 27, the autumn katana will feel less crappy. But that's something we can test. Oh yeah. At some point I'm going to be doing more damage with the, let's see, 66 versus 46, but we attack faster with the katana. At some point it's overall going to be more damage with the katana because my strength sucks and my dex is like okay. Casual sleigh cloak. Do I have R-core on anything that I'm wearing other than the cloak? No. I find myself like oddly valuing sleigh in this run, which is something I never do. I don't know, man. Regen MP with RC and RF. Eh. There's no such thing, blokes. That'd be cool, though. If we had that. Hey, 99% polar vortex. Here we go. That's what that cloak is? Oh, yeah. Fair enough. Tempting. Well, the base AC is still 1, so it's still contributing to the skill aspect of it. If I didn't have lack of our core without my current cloak, we would probably, you know, probably swap out. See, it's doing stuff on this floor, but it's just like this is such an easy floor that who cares, you know? Like, oh no, snakes. It's like it looks okay here. But probably anything would look okay here. I would say probably this is cleaning up faster than the mall would, though, because it's just more AoE. At some point, the question is going to be not of, is this better to make me survive, but does this take less time to do floors with? Perhaps. Well, kind of. It scales up to like 12. Once you hit your 12 with the regular Manifold Assault cast, then you have that many chances to do it again. Yep, pretty much, MILF. Oh, look, it's the Arc Blade. Let's pick it up for funsies. Ice Magic 17.6. 80% Polar Vortex. We're getting there, bros. We're doing it, bros. We're making it happen. Alright, we're wearing the Ghost Masher 9000. Arc Blade doesn't do anything interesting, I don't think. It just, like, casts, I think it just casts that Lightning Arc spell every time you attack, or, like, sometimes when you attack. It's probably pretty good in the early game. I can't imagine it's very good in a Ziggurat. If it wasn't, like... Oh, whoops. Does it have a funny interaction with Manifold? It might, but it's electric damage, so I'm not sure how much I care. Oh, there's the big boy. There is the big boy blood arrow that I was looking for. And look, my HP is full again. So that verifies it, right? At least for this kind of floor. That my HP is now full. Now, Bloodright we're in a weird situation because Bloodright it says negative Bloodright, but I'm full HP. So it doesn't... Let's see what happens if I take damage this turn. I'm going to take a step. Okay, Bloodright goes off even though I took damage this turn. Or rather, it comes back. So, that's the... I'm so glad I played for an extra hour on the stream because that's a demonstration of exactly what I thought would happen. There's enough dudes on the screen that we just go straight back to full. So, yeah. You know... Everything's hunky-dory. This is grand old time. That's... The basic idea works. That much I can say. Seems like it won't proc multiple times on one turn, though. No, it won't do that. That won't happen. So if I were to get paralyzed and a bunch of wonky things happen, that'd be a bad time. Yeah, sometimes there's doors in a Ziggurat. It's just for fun, I guess. Alright, let's finish this Zig and then we'll call it a night. Yeah, I guess, I don't know. It might, as long as a turn passes, your blood rate might come back. I don't know. So that's as yet to be determined, I suppose. I'm actually just going to swing. Take the damage. HP comes back. Didn't quite go to full. This could be bad. I want to test if I can get to full with Manifold here. Shouldn't I? Not quite. Oh boy, yeah, that's too spooky for me. Alright. Attacking too slowly. Wow, this is actually quite bad. Who told me to wear this Ghost Masher? I'm gonna do one more like a madman. We are mited right now, which is pretty nutty. Why are the Mokleb heals so anemic? Like, I would have expected Mokleb to heal me up to full with all these damn Hell Sentinels that I'm killing. Probably should use telescrolls more. Yes, probably. Maybe not on this floor, because there's like a million things on the right. Imagine if I get teleported into the center of all that. It's not so good. I really want my HP back, so I can have blood right back. 90% of Mokleb followers stop swinging right before the big heal. True. Mokleb accepts your kill. Does he though? You barely missed the Caustic Shrike. Boo! You beat the Caustic Shrike like a drum. Now that's a good message to see. You're ready to perform a blood rite again. Alright, let's rock and roll. Space momentarily warps into an impossible shape. You crush the Iron Giant like a grape. Yeah, maybe we should just be wearing plus strength weapons, you know? Or plus strength items. My strength doesn't even matter. I'm just like wrecking with this thing. I guess I am mited. Powered by Pain is doing some work here, I suppose. Yeah, buddy. What the hell are these things? Crystal... Oh yeah, I remember these guys. This crystal shot. Actually makes you fragile. Pretty scary. I feel like when Blood Rite is up, you're just like straight up invulnerable. It's not the case, but it feels like that. Like you can take all manner of insane risks. Might Nagy not raising their base stat feels weird to me. Yeah, it's silly. Alright, this looks like a good place to switch to the old axe. On the other hand, one-shotting things feels good even if it is a bit slow. No, we're getting more value out of axe here. We're not fragile yet, so. Also, I get to trigger my Lich Form thing where I'm slowing and weakening them. So Blood Rite just didn't do jack here, basically. Clearly we need that harm. I'm really curious how harm is going to play with this. Alright, time for my Golem Masher 9000. Just erases golems off the table. Whoa! Hello. That's obnoxious. What a great time for a telly. Yes, that is the one single solitary upside to the shape-shifting change. And I honestly, yes, it's nice, but I kind of miss the challenge of having to pay attention to the fact that, like, oops, a Dispeller is around and it's gonna own me if I'm not careful. Oh yeah, we're gonna wear the double harm. We're gonna see how this strat plays out. Yeah, pain sometimes gives me mana. It's not nearly as good as Mana Shield plus from the Iron Golem crushing your nuts for a moment. Even one moment of nut crushing is too many moments for me. Personally. Not a fan. Is that the Sword of Power? Sinking Sword. Is this thing a double blade? What is this thing? One-handed weapon? I think that's the same as a double blade. I don't know, man. We got this Ghost Masher 9000. I'm pretty happy with what it's doing. It's the Sword of Jihad. Okay. They changed that name a while back because they decided it was politically correct, aka a guy trolled and posted on the forum saying he was offended, and then later admitted it was all like a prank. But at that point they had to keep the name change because you know, that's a lot of crow to eat. Very cool weapon though. It used to be a lot of fun with Biog. It's like berserks your followers. Anyway. Try MA Singing Sword for fun. You haven't seen it in action? Sure. Sure thing. Just making sure there's no more unrans that I missed. Want to see a cast with Arcblade? Okay, I'll do both. Uh-oh. I don't think I can fuck around on this floor. This might be the end of... Yeah, we can't. Well, I mean, Singing Sword might actually be the correct move on this floor, but I think it's probably Dark Maul. It's just a lot of damage is possible here. No, it was because I was going to swap back to Dark Maul. I did not forget. I think we just straight up go in and get to work with... Singing Sword is more damage. Is it really? Yeah, it's gonna be Emily for sure. God, the damage rating on Singing Sword is surprisingly high at this point. We're gonna give it a shot. But I'm gonna save my mana. We're gonna wait until we're able to see more things. I mean, it is AoE. It triggers each time that I hit something. So it'll trigger 12 times, is that what you're saying? We're marked. I don't know how I got marked. Not that it matters. I'm happy to be marked. That will be crazy damage. Let's just Ice Blast here. Okay, now I will... V's. Okay, we got damage coming in. 2d 23 times 12. That certainly sounds like a lot. Alright. I guess let's rock and roll. You slice an angel. Your corrupting presence corrodes the angel decays. Screaming sword howls. I am a sexy shoeless god of war. Okie doke. Is it going to happen more than once? I don't see it happening more than once, my friends. No, he did it twice. So there's a chance each time it hits, yeah? That's 3. Damn, this is pretty good. 4. Seems like a lot of things are happening. 5. This is one cast, by the way. That's not bad. That is slightly omega lol. I am pain-seeking expression. Oh man, that speaks to my soul. Yeah. Let's see if that was like a fluke or not. I just cast again and I got 1 scream, 2 screams, 3 screams, 4 screams. So we got 5 and then we got 4. Dude, this is nuts. Yeah, I guess Singing Sword is just the way. I mean, it's... I would still want to swap to something else on Silence Floors probably, but 2 untested corner cases. Oh, hey, it's the new Seraph tile. That is so much better than Autumn Katana, it's not even funny. Are Mega-Zig floors always high tension for it? I would say yes. I mean, there's always going to be the strongest stuff in the game, especially the ones that the floors that you're scared of, so with less enemies you do want Maul. Well, that's why I'm thinking maybe just like wear Singing Sword to start with and then just swap to Maul. I mean, this looks like a good place to swap to Maul right now, actually. Because I really want to take down that, Oh, you know what I did? I forgot to read Mo. It's kind of a little bit late now, but I'll do it. Shall do it again on those summons. Okay, now we're out of mana, and this is no good. It's not a good time for Malcolm Rose Gaming, so yeah, this build I think does need Magic Shield and Powered by Death, and then maybe I guess Corrosion is the top thing. Not even Robust. I could probably just not care what the top thing is, I guess. But I could see this being a big problem later on, and right here, in fact. I guess I could just walk into this and see what Bloodright does. That could be fun. Just like Ice Blasting. With 7 League boots. Yeah, if we were wearing it. This is really not so bad. Yeah, I just got my mana back, so we just do it again. Can I just tab? Am I allowed to? Yeah, there's nothing left. That was nutty. Alright, so we've determined that Singing Sword is metal as hell. That's good. Okay, we need to drop more stuff or decide if we're going to be getting rid of things. I guess probably we won't be using a Tower Shield of Cold Resist. Seems unlikely. And that tells me I can... I want to keep the Katana just so I can drop it on floor 1, but we will drop the Katana on floor 1. There's no reason to keep it. Singing Sword is just strictly better. Alright, let's drop Scrolls of Enchant Armor. And let's drop Tower Shield of Cold Resist. There will always be artifacts that are better. Eventually. Yeah, just for fun, we're going to pick up all the unrans. Katana is better on silence. That's true. That is true. If you pop that on for a silence floor, you could swap and get some work done. Oh, cool. We can wear this minus cast tower shield. One of the angels was actually wielding the shield of ignorance. I think.
Isn't
wearing
this
it.
great?
It is great, Cyborg. These floors are starting to take a little longer. Minus cast, my favorite. Alright. Well, we have Vortex to 7%. That's kind of cool. We can actually use it now. Maybe I should refresh the page. What am I? Is it starting to lag on your end or something? Oh. Oh god, I forgot to Lich Form. Does it matter here? It doesn't really, well, for resistances. Oh lord. Yeah, I probably care about it. Okie doke. I'm gonna actually Dark Maul here. I'd like an easy floor to demonstrate the Arc Blade. I mean, really, I just want to do Singing Sword again. There we go. Arc Blade doesn't work with Manifold Assault. Well, Blokes had asked me to test it, but if you're telling me it doesn't work, I mean, I'll still do it at some point, but maybe not on a floor where I'm getting owned quite so hard. Maybe we just melee. I think we're probably okay to just duke it out here. I mean, I'm slow and corroded, which sucks, but it is the Screaming Sword. I wonder if the screaming effect is... It's not applying the Lich stuff, is it? Gonna sort of preemptively teleport. Oh, here we are. Okay. Okay, this will be really interesting. Let's just go. Yep. There's enough guys that it would have brought me to full HP if not for the Emulate, I bet. Yeah. We're low on mana though, so I can't man-ass here. Probably we telly. Whoa, I don't want to ammo. I want to telly. Whoa, look at all that damage. Low SH. Oh god. Oh god, we're slow. We have Might and Agi, and it's just not doing what I would like it to do. Is there anything living here? Yeah, the Iron Giants. Yeah, we'll go to full HP from doing this. I used Siphon, actually, and it gave me less AP than I would have liked. Word would just kind of send things away from me, which is okay, but it's not ideal. What just yanked me? Something, a harpoon shot. Oh yeah, Iron Giants have harpoon shot now. Beautiful. Damn, dude. I guess I have to blink, which is goofy, but Yeah, this strategy... Okay, first of all, I forgot to cast Polar Vortex, which is a big mistake. Second of all, this you just need the mana. If you want to... I mean, I could have played this a little safer, but... I mean, yeah, we're going to blink. I think we actually blink over here. But it's just... It's a huge problem, because you need mana. I don't think this strategy works just fine, but I do think you need the extra oomph. God damn. Oh, we're confused now. That's sick. How did that happen? I wonder how that happened. Must have happened since the blink. The chaos? Is that what it was? Oh yeah, chaos bolt, confused. Yeah, so you want to stack clarity. You want to be in lich form all the time. You want powered by death. You want magic shield. I don't think the tier 3 matters that much, and I do still think that Celebrant is probably the way. Although I guess I probably want to test Hemoclasm as well. We're probably gonna lose here, but we will see. We don't have blood right up, and we're confused, so we're well and truly screwed, basically. All I can do is swing, or, like, move. Either move or wait. Okay, I tallied. Feel yourself speed up. I'm not slow anymore, that's good. Wow, is it actually letting me rest? It's hilarious. I guess we could turn stealth on so this becomes even better. That's silly. Okay, alright, you're just gonna do it for me then. Alright. Yeah, I was about to swap. Yeah, it turns out that defeating things really fast is good. Wonder what my spell power... Yeah, it's up. I wonder what my spell power is like on this guy. 58%. Could be better. I did not deserve to survive that. that was maybe not so good. Not enough mana to do it again. I'm just gonna swing. Whoa! Alright, I'm rolling the dice. We're gonna have fun with this one. You know, I honest to God, it feels like Moncleb heals have been nerfed. I mean, maybe they haven't, and I'm just remembering them being better than they used to be. It's been basically forever since I've played, Moncleb, so it's kind of... Were they nerfed? That's sad. Sag. Because they used to be truly awesome. Like, unless maybe... Or maybe it was TSO's heals that were always better. I thought Moncleb's heals were better, though, and TSO's were worse. Rebuffed at low invo. So was the ceiling lowered, is that what you're saying? It's like nutty that I'm even still alive right now in this game. I know I shouldn't swing. Let's just switch to our axe, actually. I mean, I'm not really trying to play carefully because I know that this character is... I've already tested all the things I want to test, and I know that if we want to do the record and we want to not have a miserable time doing it, we actually do want to farm for the correct things. I'm not even sure if you need them, but you certainly want them. I would say there's a low enough number of things on the board that we just want to use the maul, actually. Maybe back... you probably are on the delay, so it's like, yeah, when we were over on the other side. Well, like, the other thing is, like, this has got to be able to outplay simply going Gozag and doing the traditional sort of path. And for that to happen, I think I think you need the extra heals from being a Demonspawn. And you could be thinking like, well, why don't you just play the Demonspawn and then do Gozag? And you could. And that's the sort of new traditional way. But PBD probably mandatory. I think specifically you do need PBD and Mana Shield because they work together to make you not get owned basically by 0 mana. And again, it's like you could make this work, but I mean, unless we want to spend a million floors doing this nonsense, where we're like mopping things up and it's slow as hell. Now, to be fair, we aren't like maxed out on skills yet, so you know we can kind of sort of make it work. We can kind of sort of make it work with Powered by Pain. It's just bad. That's all. It's just bad and unreliable. Although in DCSS, unreliable and bad are basically synonyms. Not even sure if I want to... Like, I'm sitting here, like, trying to mess this up. A long journey to get PBD, Mana Shield, and Celebrant. Maybe, yeah, probably. I mean, but if I'm streaming DCSS once or twice a week, it's like... Well, I tell you, if I did roll those two, and then we didn't roll, there it is. No, it's fine. I tested what I wanted to test. If I tested, or if I played the character and I got the two that I wanted, Powered by Death and Mana Shield, what I would probably do, man, I need a drink here. What I would probably do is I would probably just stick it out even if I didn't get Celebrant, as long as I picked up something like Hemoclasm, because I want to test that too, and I feel like it's okay. And I haven't seen it yet in a Mega-Ziggurat, so... Drinks. But the thing is that while we didn't necessarily see the full screen of guys, we definitely saw the demonstration of Bloodright sending me back to full HP. But as Blokes pointed out, I think it was Blokes pointed out a few times, the fire clouds seem to be stealing some of my kills, and it's sort of coded poorly, and it doesn't count as a Mokleb kill, so it's not giving me heals, so on and so forth. I really wanted Hemoclasm on the CCTT run. Yeah, Hemoclasm probably speeds things up quite a bit, but I would actually argue that Celebrant is better on a turn count run as well. I'm not sure which would be better, but Celebrant would let you take more risks, I guess. No, not really, Gridgem. I didn't, if I had wanted to survive that, I could have. I had Blink Scrolls left. I was just kind of fooling around. I had already tested all the things I wanted to test. Oh, the clouds were a shame. Yeah, yeah, it is. But that's okay, because that's just don't get that mutation. Like, just don't get that Demonspawn mutation. So, if I do this again, it's gonna be like scumming up for the mutations I want. It's gonna be probably going Jivia first to get Jivia mutations out of the way. Maybe then like farming Pan for a good long while. Then locking the Jivia mutations plus the really good mutation set with Jivia, thanks to I think Colgate for suggesting that, locking it with Lich Form, abandoning Jivia, then going Mokleb again, of course. Jivia mutes work differently than they used to. Well, yeah, but apparently you get to keep them if you just go Lich Form and abandon Jivia. So I had no idea that was the case. It's kind of wild, but bottom line is, like, I don't know. What I might do is like go Mokleb to find out what my mark is, because if I don't get Celebrant or Hemoclasm, even with the right mutes, that's a reroll, because otherwise it would just be better to go Zag at that point. And maybe Fanatic, maybe. Fanatic would make it interesting because, you know, you get the damage redux, and then that's kind of like what Gozag's doing for you with the where he basically paralyzes enemies. So you're taking 66% damage. All right, fine. And then you get the harm effect, but only outgoing. And so you're essentially just playing the game normally, or you're playing a multi-Ziggurat character normally. Whereas this whole strategy that I was doing today was kind of designed around, like, can we just spam blood right? I shall repeat that Bacadron Crawl is coming to you soon. Is it? Are you saying it's on? Is it on Crawl Cosplay? Because if it's available, that'll be the next stream. I promised Bacadron. I would not be surprised if he's slightly cross with me because I've been delaying for literally years at this point. But if it's on the CC server, I'll do it. You know, I'll finally play Bacadron Crawl. Maybe even several runs just to demonstrate. Because everything I've heard about it is really interesting and wild and crazy. Kind of like reminds me of like the two forks that remind me of each other are Bacadrons and Kimchi, because they both seem to have like really wild ideas in them that I'm interested in trying. So depends on the CD of Fnatic after Crucible. Yeah, try Lignifite. Okay, I'll play a Lignifite. Is that like a Rockman, or like a? I guess that would be a Rockman, right? Some kind of AC thing. AC-oriented character. I know he put in dual wielding a long time before Vanilla did. It's a tree. Ligna. I thought ligna meant, well, no, lignification. I guess it's more like wood than stone. Why did I think that was related to rocks? No, lignite is like a form of coal, isn't it? All right, I've clearly been streaming too long because my brain is my brain is melting. I'll be sure to Wikipedia that here in a minute and find out. They grow in size, start small, and end up gargantuan. That sounds cool. I always like species where they change over time. I've always thought Draconians were cool for that reason, where you get, it's like a surprise at level 7. What's going to happen? Or I always thought that Tengu were cool with the wings that increase in size. Things like that are always pretty rad. So that's a cool idea. Man, being gargantuan, I guess you become immune to nets. That's kind of cool. I hope you level up while... I hope that Bacadron set it up so that if you level up to gargantuan while netted, you actually tear the net open. Yeah, no, I am glad you enjoyed it, Milf. I enjoyed it as well. And, yeah, it's, it's a fun concept. I think the idea is there. After seeing the Blood Arrow thing in action, I am convinced that I really do think this is a superior meta to the Gozag play. You just have to get the right you have to get the right mutations for it, and probably you're going to want to start as a conjurer or something and actually play it correctly with spells. But I'm totally convinced it's better than the Gozag thing. And I guess, well, maybe not totally. I'm mostly convinced. I guess I have to see it still. And I determined that there's really no way to fully test. Like we've got our little beta, our beta test here, but the actual real test of the full product is only going to happen when we can get the mutes together. So, is PBD enough? No, absolutely not. I would actually argue that Mana Shield is more important than PBD, but really you need both. It's just to get the damage output consistently enough and to not run out of mana. You need to be able to get magic back. And ironically, if we were going Gozag, you could bail yourself out with like potion petition magic potions, I guess, but it's just very tedious without Mana Shield and PBD. I feel like both are required to not to do this, but to do it without tearing your hair out. Like it'll drive you crazy. You want your mana coming back all the time. And if Wukad Moves was still a thing, you could like swap and evoke a couple of times, but Mana Shield not necessary on Gozag, but Thuz is this concept, yeah. Don't forget to upload your VODs to YouTube, please. Time zone difference makes it hard to catch you live. Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna. I actually, when I started the stream, I have the first Battle Brothers run. I'm gonna do it in the order that I streamed, but the first Battle Brothers run that I did for this campaign is gonna go on YouTube probably tonight. And the first VOD for this DCSS run went up, you know, a couple of days ago. So, no, I'm on top of it. I am trying to take this whole streaming thing just a little bit more seriously. I still don't see it as like a job, obviously, but I figure like why not have a schedule? Then people know when to catch me, and I do think our viewership is already up. It could be because I'm like pinging my Discord a little more, but I didn't ping everyone today, and we had like 30 people at any given time, so it's not bad. I think that I realize this is probably common sense and maybe makes me look a little bit dopey, but surprise, surprise, having a schedule makes people watch you. So, yeah, no, today, Sundays I start a little bit late, like 6 p.m. I was kind of starting at 4 on certain days, and I'm going to fiddle with the schedule a little bit, but you'll always be able to go to the Twitch page with the schedule Twitch, what is it, like twitch.tv/Malcolm Rose Gaming /schedule, I think. And I also put one up on rosecrypto.com/schedule as well, which I'm going to try to keep, I'm going to try to keep both updated. I actually need to add a day to the Rose Crypto one, but check both of those, and, you know, probably the Twitch one is going to be the most recent. But it's not going to change too much, and at least people will be able to see sort of in advance what we're doing. So yeah, and it does help, like Derek said, that I'm kind of streaming a little more often. But that means you guys should sub to me, by the way. You're getting the time out of it. You're getting the entertainment time, so it's suddenly worth the juice is now worth the squeeze, as they say. Anyway, I'm gonna raid somebody if anybody's online, so maybe stick around for that. But yeah, that'll be it for the stream, and until next time, I am signing out. Formerly Malcolm Rose, now I am Dusty Ridgeman. I changed my name because I like to write, read my books and you can be my friend. They're free on my site, but I'd like some cash if you'd like to be generous. Cha-ching. Finding your way to my heart can be done, but it's my wallet that you have to touch. Dusty Ridgeman.